Sexy's gonna get you now.
Oh, he's gonna get bunkered.
Oh, Big Sexy with the run through. Oh, that was nasty. So good spot right now.
Ooh, Big
it looks
Sexy gets the kill.
Sexy gonna eat him up. That is going to take the score. So we're tying it up right now.
There we go.
6-6.
Let me turn the mic on first this time. What up, everybody? Welcome to the Big Sexy Paintball Show. Tonight, we have a very special show. Well, I think all our shows are special, but this one's a little bit more special. We have SoCal Blaze.
SoCal Blaze.
What's up?
What's up?
How's it going? How's it going, everybody?
And Music Man.
Hey.
You finally got some gas, huh?
I did.
Oh, yeah, shoot. Damn. We took up a collection. 1, 2, 4, 5. There you go. Oh,
$5 in gas.
we're starting to GoFundMe for your gas money, bro. So you don't run out on the freeway.
Yeah, I got a 100 on
Let
that.
me get 5 on pump 3, please. 5 on pump 3.
As he pushes the motorcycle in.
All right, so gentlemen, SoCal Blaze. You want to introduce yourself from right to left?
Steve Fraser, owner and kind of organizer of SoCal Blaze.
Owner operator.
Jesse, I'm from the Inland Empire, coaching buddy of mine, Daniel, Steve, and the SoCal Blaze team. Great organization, having fun. So right now, much improvement from the guys so far. Pass it down to Daniel.
My name is Daniel. I play for SoCal Blaze. I'm a regular player. Just came on the team not too long ago, so I'm the new guy.
FNG.
And you on the end, sir?
Now I'm the motorcycle no gas guy. So. The gas gauge is broke.
The gas gauge is broke.
So, Mr. Steve, what's on your mind, brother?
Thank you for the opportunity to come on the show. I've been following for a while now, watching your podcast from the first one. And I thought it was about time, as I mentioned to you at the field the other day, it felt like it was time for us as lower divisional owners to come on and talk about, what it's like to be an owner of a divisional team, and some of the psychological stuff that comes with the dynamics of the team, keeping a team together, and bringing new people into the organization. Jesse's our newest addition to the Blaze family. Daniel's OG. He's from back in the day. Mad respect for this guy, and you'll learn as we get into more of the stories. You'll learn why I have much love and respect for this guy. But we were happy we lost a few players. You'll find out why. Just we'll graze over it. But I'm sure every owner, every team runs into it. And I think I started playing paintball back in the late 80s through the 90s and stopped playing about 2004. And it was a different thing then. We did the fun thing. We played and everybody paid and we had fun. We went, we drank beers, we rented a house, we traveled all over the country. And it was a great experience. Met lots of people, loved playing it. This time it's different, it's real. I realize that these guys are paying a lot of money to play. Me, I'm older in age, obviously. Not quite as old as Daniel over there, but I'm getting up there. And I can't play, and I honestly believe that if I did try to play, even if I was smaller and able and agile, you look at these guys, fit specimens, you look at the hard work you're putting in, congrats to you for doing that, man.
Oh, give
Big
me a round of
props.
applause.
Yeah, big props. You look at a lot of the guys in today, it is a somewhat of a fit sport, know? And I think if I was to play, I don't think I could contribute to the team like I am now, logistically. And I think that's very important to these guys. They are divisional players, but we treat them as if they were pro players. They don't pot up. They don't clean their stuff. They don't do anything when they come into the pits. We have family members, family support that do a lot of that for us. And I think that's important to make them feel special. If they're going to invest their time and their money into the organization, then it's up to me to try and give that back to them. And I think Jesse coming in new to the organization could speak to a little bit about what he's observed so far. And
Okay, so I'm new to the team. I coached Daniel before. I think it was your first event, Daniel.
Yeah, my first tournament.
His first event. We ended up placing 4th. We only practiced a week before the tournament. We got 4th place. I coached him back then, and you weren't Blaze back then, right? You were.
No, we were HD Venom, just to put together a team coming off the rec ball. Just wanted to try a ASG tournament.
So it was like the first speedball event. So I coached him. He kind of got the idea. He started doing his own thing. I was still with the Narcos. Progressed my gameplay. Learning more, learning how to play better, pursuing my.
Ronnie, you guys kind of just breezed through that part. Narcos and
Yeah, no.
Go ahead.
So that's what I'm doing. That's how I met him. So he introduced me to the Blaze family. I just want to kind of introduce how I got introduced to the Blaze family. So he introduced.
Well, hold on. Go back to your story.
Yeah.
And then up until that point.
No, well, that's kind of where he did his thing. He was HD Venom. He ventured off. I still kept learning. We still kept playing tournaments. I believe I was still doing the NXLs. Daniel saw that I was doing that. So then how did you get into Blaze, Daniel?
I had my own team, and without no guidance, it's really hard to pick up the sponsors, the paint. I was buying paint from my local store. Money was being owed to me. Other players wanted to go GI Sports, HK, and other things, and everybody started fighting amongst each other. Well, Steve Frazier, they were having open tryouts, so I hit up his son Nick and tried out, and I've never left since then. And it's a lot easier to have a team owner there when the paint's at the field for you. You just pay him through Venmo, Cash App, whatever we have. Makes life easier, less drama.
Yes. So see how he just explained himself, how he just got into Blaze and it kind of helped his career. So that's what was going on with me in the Narcos. So I was learning how to play. I was getting coached by Ryan Greenspan. I was playing with higher divisional players, being coached myself. I was picking up all this information. And all this information is good. When you play with these high divisional players, they pass on this information to you. You pick it up, you use it on the field. You just become a better player. You have more field awareness. And it has to be passed on. Like, you could watch 100 YouTube videos. And you go try it at the field. You might do it. You might master it down. But when you got somebody right there, hey, do it like this. Get in the bunker more. Communicate with your teammates more. Which is one of the biggest problems in paintball, communicating. So that's how I got into the Blaze family. And I'm just saying, when you're with an organization, it makes life a lot more easier, especially when you have the sponsors like Defy, HK Army, because I had a HK Army deal through a paint deal, through my sponsors, and that's how the paintball, it just makes it easier. So that's how I got into the Blaze family.
yeah, we poached him. Not gonna lie.
I got hit up by Daniel.
I think I was at the point where we had, and this goes back to the recruitment side of it. We were going along, we were doing well. We went to Vegas before COVID. We did 10th at Vegas, which wasn't bad for our first NXL event. And I think one of the things we struggled with, COVID messed with everybody's lives. Yeah, it did. We all did. A lot of people went through some tragedies. I was very blessed in the fact that I have a full-time job. And I was paid during COVID to work from home as well as 1-2 days in the office. There were some players that felt that we should have practiced during COVID, and I felt like I couldn't risk that. Daniel has a family.
Right.
For him to come to the field and me forcing him to come to the field was not an option. I didn't feel that was a good owner move to really tell these guys to come. None of the pro teams were doing it. There was a lot of local teams that were doing it. So we had a lot of people. We didn't have a lot of people. We had 3 people leave the team. There was some confusion about, and I'm not shy about this. I'm an open book when it comes to SoCal Blaze and the dynamics, because I really believe that we can learn from each other. And one of the mistakes that I made early on was both my sons play on the team. I have an 18-year-old son, Nick, and then I also have a 38-year-old, 36-year-old, 37-year-old. I don't even know, man. He's 30, older.
30-something-year-old.
Yeah, 30-something-year-old.
Josh.
He plays on the team too. You've seen him 6'3".
Yes.
He
He's
played
there.
back in the day, so he's come out now, and so I kind of, if they weren't playing for that weekend, I didn't come out, and that was kind of a mistake on my part because I failed to realize that this was more than just me and my sons. This was truly becoming a family.
Right.
A team of guys who were given their hard-earned money and their time. So people didn't have the respect, I will say, to come to me and tell me. The only person that did was this gentleman right here. He came to me and said, "Hey, dude, you're making the team about your kids, and it's about all of us, and we want to play with you. We want to play for you, and we want to take the Blaze to the next level.
Right.
But if you're going to focus about the kids, we understand that, but I can't play for you." And I said, "You know what, Daniel, especially Daniel," I said, and Charles was another one. I said, "You know what, you're right. I screwed up. I made a mistake." But he was the only one that had the guts, and I think that's important as an owner to come back into the dynamics of a team, to really have that open conversation, because they are not paid to play; they pay to play.
Right.
And if they're paying the money to play, then we owe it to them to have a two-way communication and fix what's broke. And I didn't realize it was broke, and so we lost 3 players there, and then the military got a hold of a couple other guys, and they're in Bahrain right now, and one guy's on a ship, I think, in the middle of nowhere. And so
Definitely know how that is.
5 people like that. So it was what,
Rebuilding time,
Yeah,
baby.
rebuilding
It's time
time,
to
and,
rebuild.
and I think Daniel really took the lead on rebuilding because he was on that younger type vibe with the guys at the team or at the fields. And that's where he said, "I got Jesse, but we need to make it a home for him." I said, and I had discussions with Jesse, several phone calls before, saying, "If you come on this team, dude, you're going to be the lead coach. Yes, we're still going to have training sessions with Greenspan, Spica, Kemp, and all that stuff, which is something we did before, and that was out of my pocket. That was my contribution to the team, because I don't pay for paint every week. I don't pay for the wristband every week. I don't pay for the marker for myself. So that was kind of my contribution to the team, was to pay for these guys to come out and coach the guys on a one day a month or whatever when we had the training sessions.
Gotcha.
And so when I talked to Jesse, I was like, "This is where I want the team to go. This is what I've learned. And I said, open book. This is where I screwed up. This is where I don't want to screw up again. And this is what the team dynamics are. Are you willing to come?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I think it's a good chance, for having watched Jesse for a tournament in a couple 3-4 months now,
Yes.
3-4, maybe a little bit longer, is that I
Like 3
really
months.
think it's something that can nurture that coaching aspect that he learned in the Narcos organization, that we can then further his ability and really make him shine as a coach.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. And we didn't really have a coach on the field, so to speak. But with the older player, my son Josh and stuff, the logistics are there. We
Yeah.
just don't have we didn't have the on-field presence, and I think that's where it's nice.
So Steve hit me up. Daniel kind of told Steve about me. I was down to help him just because I love the sport. I love the sport. I like to be out here. I had some situations going on in my personal life, so I had to kind of stay off the field. That's why I haven't been playing as much. But I still love to be out here on the field coaching. So that's why I kind of accept to help my teammates out, Daniel, Steve, and my new family and the Narco family. Just help all each other out. So that's why I decided to up my skill. Also learn how to coach a little bit better, because I noticed that when I coach some of the guys, they have an attitude. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? I'm not. So I coach some guys. I coach some of the narcos. I coach other teams. Just give them little tips. Hey, bro, next time when you get in the bunker, try not to touch the bunker. And they're like, who are you, bro? I've been playing fucking D3 for 5 years. It's like, damn, bro. Like, I'm just trying to give you some advice so you can learn. So I kind of took the kind of wanted to join. Kind of wanted to get the feeling of an actual coach. Get my experience up. Get my coaching experience up. And at the same time, kind of play, have fun, play with the guys, and up my skill as well.
I remember getting coached by you a couple of times.
Right? I would just go randomly up and coach you, right?
Yeah, just.
What'd you think? What'd you think?
Yeah, I like that. Because it's to the point. You need to do this, do this, do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but you're doing good. And then you go off and do your thing. So I've been, especially with Jesse. When I first met Jesse. So when I first met Jesse, I worked for Wayne.
Look, the Wayne's World.
Yes, at Wayne's World. And he ran. You ran down somebody with Tin City.
Oh yes, I remember that. It was with my job. I took like my coworkers. I just love people playing the sport and exercising and being out there. Instead of being at home like playing video games.
You like to punk new people and shoot them in the head.
I don't like to punk them.
Right.
So I he did that. He did it, and I had to kick him off the field. So, and I was just before I played for Narcos, I was just a ref at the time. So I kicked him off, and I was like, "Hey, dude, I just kicked a narco." I told Wayne, I just kicked a narco off. He was like, "Oh, who?" I was like, "I don't know," because I was like my third day working, that third weekend. So I was like, I don't know. Yeah, at ASG. So here we go. And then we fast forward like a year and a half later. I'm looking, and I'm at tryouts, and I'm looking, and somebody is putting on a fucking clinic, dude, a clinic on the snake side. And I was like, who the fuck is that? And then he grabs my nephew and says, hey, do this. And I'm like, who the fuck? And he pulled off his mask, and it was this motherfucker. I was like, oh my God, I kicked this dude off like a year and a half ago.
Skills in session.
Yeah.
Nice.
I watched him put on a clinic. Dude, I was like, holy shit, dude. I was like, who is this guy? Who is that guy right there? Didn't know until he pulled the mask off, dude. I was like, oh, shit. I hope you don't recognize me.
See, Ron, and back then I didn't look at it as a clinic. I just look at it as like, you guys are my brothers, They're on my squad. These guys need help. And I always look at everybody like that. Oh, this is my family member out here on the paintball field. I need to help them so they could become better than me. So they could back me up on the field,
That's right.
Well, it's funny that Daniel connected with him. Not funny, but interesting. Because the other day when we rolled up to the ASG tournament, Wayne caught me in the parking lot. And I was like, oh shit, what'd I do? Too fast? What's going on, man? I'm like, I was under 3 miles an hour. I know it. He rolls down the window. He goes, dude, you picked up Jesse. I said, no, Jesse agreed to come and help us out. He goes, love that guy. I was like, wait, can I record that? I'm like, shit, where's my phone? I'm like, damn, Wayne actually likes somebody? What? And he said, yeah. He said, I remember when Jesse was raw. Mm-hmm. And he was really proud of him. I was like, damn, are you his dad?
Yeah.
It was really good. It was actually, I think there needs to be more of that, where the owners or other people really identify with the guys that are putting in the time. Yeah. And I think with Jesse coming on as a coach and learning the dynamics of the age difference between all the players and the psychological aspect of coaching different personalities.
Yes.
I think it's just going to make him that much better. And yeah, there may be rough edges now, but as an owner not playing, I can sit back and I see the broader picture.
Right.
So this guy may come and say, oh man, Jesse's too firm or whatever, or this guy may say, he's not listening to my input, or he's listening to my input, or he's listening to him, but not mine. I can manage that, but it's really unique to come and see the game plan work out. When we were at ASG, the last ASG tournament, we were very fortunate because we are support sponsored by Push.
Okay.
Brian Benini and LaSoya. And I met LaSoya back in the SE Village days. And I was talking to Chris about the event. I said, hey, I need some goggles, some masks. I need some new lenses. He's like, whatever you need. He goes, when is it? And I said, I told him the date. He's, I'm freaking coming out there. I'm coming out there and I'm gonna coach your team. I was like, oh shit, okay. So this Chris Lasoya, aka Killer, no F's given, right?
Yep.
And respectfully, he comes out, and so I'm thinking, okay, he's already coaching the team. How, as an owner, I'm thinking, how do I break to him that he's coming out? Well, when he looked at Jesse's plays and Jesse's the dynamics of what Jesse was creating, he sat back. Next thing I know, he's cracking a beer, having a good time. He's doing his push stuff.
Right.
And so he had the confidence when he looked at Jesse to know that there's something there. And that speaks volume to coming from the Narcos and what he learned to the team. And then look at our team. And now he's on board. He wants to come out. He's like, I'm going to come out, every weekend that I'm not doing something. And I'm like, wow. For Chris Lasoya to believe in us,
That's big. That's big.
That's
big
huge.
Stuff. Yeah.
That's huge. And that's what we need. And I think, pre-COVID, you probably wouldn't have seen a lot of the coaches that we got, the Spica, the Greenspan one-on-ones. But we've had clinics with Spica. We've had Spica come and coach us. Kemp has had clinics with us at Camp P before it closed down, bad. And I think we're very blessed. I hate to say because of COVID, and I respect that a lot of people have done a lot of suffering, but really divisional teams have benefited from the COVID in the fact that those coaches are not on their teams. They're not playing NXL events. They're not already delegated to other events. And it was a pay for, performance. And so as an owner, if we're not playing a tournament, I could take that entry fee, put it towards, their coaching. We get a day of pro clinic. I mean, that's back in the day, that was never heard of.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, we just benefited all around. I hope the dynamics doesn't change coming back to, the COVID,
Normal life.
Yeah, will it ever be normal? But we don't know.
I don't think so. No.
We'll see. But I think it's really nice that we have that ability, and and we're fortunate.
It's crazy because during the whole COVID time, only outside sports survived that whole thing.
Yes, paintball was
Actually, paintball grew.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Grew.
Right.
You look at all the sales at A&S, everything was through the roof.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all we could do. Either sitting at home, on Xbox or PlayStation, or
Or out on the field.
out on the field.
But look at this. So when all that COVID thing happened, I was fortunate enough to keep playing through that. Just through the field owners that I know. I kept playing through that. I knew some fields that were open, so during that whole COVID thing, I kept playing. I played with my squad. We kept it tight. I got the opportunity to play with higher divisional players, really higher divisionals. So I was like, oh man, this is you don't get that all the time. Oh, I'm playing against this pro player.
I think that was a good benefit of COVID.
Yes.
When you got the chance to play, it was only the people who were serious about it.
Yes.
So the competition was going to be there.
So stout.
So I got a lot of knowledge right there. Knowledge right there. And I picked it up, and it was a lot. So it was like, oh man, this is really helpful. It improved my game, but at the same time, there was no events, So it was just for practice. But I was like, oh, this practice, these are valuable practices right here, with some good pro players. So that's something that I could pass on to Daniel. And I've been like the guys that listen, those are the guys that are gonna pick it up. Those are the guys that are gonna advance. That I could see. I seen this guy bunker some guy last week. I was like, oh man, this guy's moving up. I want to see more of that. I want to see him put the guy in, bunker him, use his weapon instead of getting. You know how sometimes you get a lucky bunker.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy's not paying attention and you bunker.
You bunker the guy and run to your death unnecessarily.
Yes.
I bunker and now I'm just stuck. I didn't think what to do after this point.
Yes.
Like,
he could have bunkered him and came back in.
Took his bunker, really.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to put a good amount of balls on that guy, cause You know, that guy's gonna freaking just
Balls on his chin.
on his
make him
head.
get out.
Make him get out. Yeah, make him get out. You know.
You want the back of the neck because you're gonna naturally.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, you want him to flinch. You want him to
Oh
move.
my
You
God,
want the
dude.
ref to see them flinch.
I think yeah.
But I'm saying this is I'm seeing him do this. I'm like, oh man, this guy he's picking it up. I see Nick controlling his zone. You know, controlling his paintball zone. Not when he's supposed to be doing a job, not looking the other way. You know, like I see the guys picking it up. So I guess it has to be more repetition. Get these guys in the habit of doing it. That's what I've been kind of coaching them, how to close out the games a little bit faster. At the beginning, as a coach, I was playing with them. I was kind of like playing, so I wasn't really getting to coach them. Before the ASG event, I was kind of like, I was playing the games with them.
You're trying to learn them, basically.
Yeah, kind of like get to know them, feel their vibes, see how they play, how their style is. But now I'm on the outside and kind of like molding them. I'm taking videos of the guys. Look at this is how you look. You could tuck in a little bit better. Use the bunker. You know, keep your gun up. A lot of the times, if you see the paintball matches, a lot of the guys have their guns down. You know.
Oh my God, running from bunker to bunker. I think
Gun
that's
down.
the biggest thing that I noticed between the practice and the ASG event was after we went back and looked at the video was almost I would say everybody when they were running it was guns up because you never know when that dude's gonna pop up in front of you. And you're running to your thing and you're looking and all of a sudden you're just posted up and shooting the guy. And I think that's they're catching on. And we're growing, and I think it's important. I think it's really exciting. I think there's a lot of teams, you know, to Jesse's comment about, you know, really focusing. I think there's a lot of divisional teams that go and play tournaments, and they play a lot of tournaments, but they're playing quantity, not quality.
Right.
And I see them spending a lot of money on tournament and going to tournaments, not doing podiums, you know, not where they want to be, and then they come back and say, oh, you know, didn't have a good day, you know, we're going to work on this and this and this, but then they're off to the next tournament because there's no practice in between, so there's no skill building.
Right.
And
You kind of touched on that when you first got here. You seen one of our old jerseys. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, what happened to those guys? I'm like, well, they kind of wasn't playing anything, so the guys kind of just wanted to go do bigger things. They didn't want to just be
I love those guys, by the way.
Yeah,
Stagnant.
still talk to them. Just, you know, we're just local. We're gonna do this field. We're not playing any regionals. Any
I haven't
nationals,
seen
anything.
one orange pod in a long time, bro.
Yeah, I
I
noticed
still
that
got
you.
love for him, but just, you know,
Oh yeah, I
that's
mean,
what happened.
you know what's so funny is if you actually look at paintball, and I started to tell you this before, and you told me to be quiet until we're on the show. So I'm gonna throw it out there. Black IM, perfect example. I met that dude for the first time. Didn't even know what race he was. Didn't know who he was. Didn't know nothing because paintball.
You didn't know he was a fake ass vegan.
Yeah, I didn't know. Right. Trumping on stage behind the door. I did not know because paintball is one of the few sports. If you wear your jersey, you like our jerseys. They have the thumb holes, right? So you got the it comes down to your hands.
Yeah.
You wear gloves. You wear a mask. Sometimes, well, most of the time you wear a beanie or some type of something to help
Head wrap,
protect
whatever.
your head. It would never be bounces. To protect your head, you can almost not see a person's race on the other side of that coin, and I think he speaks.
Except for me, people always know me. I think they're like, do you have a pod inside your pocket?
Well, I just think it's a perfect example of a sport where when you're playing five guys, you don't know who they are until they're done, and they lift their masks, their face are protected. And so I think if you look at the people starting even back in the day at SC Village, the people that you meet there, you're still friends and family now. Mike Paxton, B, you know, all those people back in the day.
Right.
You know, those are still friends and family that we still know. Daniel Lee, Andrea, Angry 20, Andrea Martinez. I mean, it's just those are people that you meet and you think that you would forget or not have conversation with them. But when I wanted to get back into paintball, that was the first person I called. And he was like, hey, I got markers for sale. I got this and that. Hooked us up. CS2s. We're jamming down the field. Next thing I know, we're Tree Crew. We're picking up Daniel.
Oh, they were a Tree Crew. I was not joining them with that name, so
Tree
that was
Crew.
that was a no-go.
So I think it's great because like
I'll slide down some.
What's up with you, Sexy? What's up? What do you think? What do you think about paintball right now?
Perfect. I don't know. I'm here for you guys.
here for us.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
I wanna
We
hear
want
your
to pick
story.
your,
We're
we
here
want
for
to
each
pick your
other.
brain
Yeah.
out your nose.
What's the question?
Like, okay, so now you barely started this podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Is this to keep you into paintball more? Because I seen you playing more. That makes I'm like, damn, I see Sexy playing more. That's pretty tight. That makes me happy. That's what I'm saying. Just because I seen you out there in the field and I see you out there and then I talk to you guys on the field, I'd be like, hey, do this like this, shoot your gun more.
I think what it is, due to COVID and other circumstances, I have a lot more time on my hands.
Okay.
And I'm a thinker. We were just talking about this outside. Like I sit up all night and just run through my mind, different thoughts. Matter of fact, it happened on a podcast last night where we're talking about something totally different, and it's like something popped in my head. Like I had a perfect idea.
Did you
and
remember it?
Yeah, it was a COVID app.
Oh,
I
COVID
thought
app.
it had something to do with
Okay,
what we
well,
talked about, but
I
it
had to
was
go to the
COVID.
restroom with that when I was
Yeah.
watching it. And I missed what it ended up being. I was like, oh, damn. I have to go
I
back
didn't-
and watch that.
I don't really talk about it because I don't want nobody to take it, my idea, but I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and give this one to the crypto guys or whatever.
By Doge.
No,
It's kind of controversial too already to begin with. The app would be almost like a COVID tracker. So it'll be kind of like if you went to Walmart today at 3:30 from 4 and comes out you have COVID. Everyone else is in that vicinity at the time, like this motherfucker was here at COVID.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
problem would be the privacy. Like I don't know if I want my information out like that.
Yeah.
But then it's the people who are like, well, I want to know if a motherfucker was at Walmart with COVID at 3 o'clock because I was there. I don't know. It was just
So-
a random.
But
You-
so
you
you
wait,
pursued the podcast instead, right? So
Yeah, I
like-
just,
so that's cool. No, that's cool.
So
But
just so you know, CDC already does that.
see.
Yeah, they already know.
See, and the bad thing is I work for the government, local government.
Mhm.
Nothing fancy, just cybersecurity,
Oh,
cyber terrorism,
okay.
just an easy one. And CDC already records that. They have contact tracers. So if your doctor gives you a positive COVID test, they're going to ask you for details on where you've been for the last 2 weeks, and those people are going to be contacted, and they just build the timeline of where you've been. So they already have that.
How many people do you think got COVID from their side bitches?
This motherfucker.
Male or female?
I want to plead the fifth on
This
this.
motherfucker.
You gotta go report like, oh shit,
I don't know.
I was at
But
Cheetah's
you
house
can't get it
last
from
fucking-
sex.
I'm sure if you sex and pumping and shit.
Hey, Sexy. But okay. So another thing I
Okay.
wanted to ask you, what's up with Xavier, man? I just seen like a cool. I seen a cool video on Facebook of him like running some guy on the snake, like
Xavier?
Yeah, X.
Xavier.
Xavier,
Yeah,
X.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't see that video?
No, but I love that man.
You don't have that video. Do you have it? That'd be tight if you could play it right now. He runs down the snake, clears the field. And I'm like, where did this kid pick this up from? Like, is this from the Narcos? Is this
He
from the
played with us
gummies?
back in the day, dude.
Yeah, Xavier's.
He played back with us and when we were Impact at SC Village. That dude is legit. I love that guy.
And
You may be talking about somebody else.
And Sexy, what did
Unless
you do? Did you have
bald-headed
somebody
guy
coach him?
hangs
Did
out
you
with
have him with
Oz?
the pro players? What'd
No,
you
we're
do
talking
to
about
get him like?
his son.
Yeah.
What do you
Oh,
remember?
son X. Little X.
No.
No, he
So-
plays at Wayne's World now.
Okay, so who's out there coaching them? Wayne, the
I
gummies,
think Vinny.
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 Vinny is.
See,
Vinny is.
Vinny's a ref, so he gets to watch tons of games. So he has a lot of knowledge in his head as well.
Yeah. Let me this video.
This is Xavier, everyone.
Look at that.
Different X. Xavier, this guy.
Matter of fact, I think they were playing us at this time. When I was playing with Fearless. see his.
Okay, I hear it.
I can see his other ball drops. He got the little. Got the
Oh,
little bass in his voice now.
That boy's going.
Little bass in his voice.
Stack them up.
I like the communication that he has now.
Yeah, like, who taught him that, Sexy? Like, or you think he picked it up over, because I know they probably tell him, talk it up, you know?
No, I taught him, man. I taught him.
Yeah. Yeah. Teach me that. Teach the rest of the guys that, you know?
No, I don't like it.
Look at him.
He's so damn small and he's like a lethal weapon.
This is my favorite part. Because as a parent, always good, never good enough.
Okay, so but
He's gonna be a monster.
you know, how much time did it take you invested?
Shut up.
How old is X now? Sexy.
What happened?
How old is X now?
13, I think.
13, damn, that's a good age to start him off at.
I tell you how
Yeah.
old is he old enough to get socked up.
What's going on? What's going on, Vinny?
Well, he's bunkering people. I'm pretty sure he's got bunkered before or got shot.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I couldn't give his. I'd have to give it to Vinny, I guess. This is who he's working with every day.
Okay. You know, Vinny has some good knowledge just because he's a ref at all times, you know, and he watches play over and over and over. He knows the moves, you know.
So let me ask you a question. And I mean, I know you and I kind of had a 10,000 foot level conversation about it. How are the dynamics coming from a narcos organization, which is huge? They have every metal color in the world, gold, silver,
Yeah.
whatever, platinum, uranium, everything, right?
A lot of silver stuff.
A lot of silver. Yeah. Which is great. I mean, but coming from that to the SoCal Blaze organization and looking at the structure, are there similarities or is everything 100% different?
Well, okay, so the Narcos, you know, I get taken care of. Yeah,
it's just
it
one of them
helps me
spots.
out,
It's one of
you
them
know?
times. Just
I love playing with my brothers because I trust them. So I trust them. It is a big difference because now I feel like I'm starting all over. I'm on my own now, you know. I'm not on my own. I still have the love for my brothers and the Narcos.
And your new brothers.
Yeah, and our new brothers and the Narcos and everybody in the paintball field. I look at everybody as a big family. But once we step in the field, it's, you know, it's on and cracking.
No fucks given.
Yeah, it's on and cracking.
Soya.
But it is a big difference. I'm used to like everybody kind of, we have a certain lingo, and the Narcos, we're like pretty tough skin. We talk shit to each other. I just know everybody's coming to a new set of players is like, I gotta mold these guys. Just probably the way that they played is different. I gotta show them how to be more aggressive. Most of the Narcos guys, they're already.
This is an aggressive team.
Yeah, they're just pushing up the field. You know, they're shooting their guns.
And I think they're known for that. I think the Narcos are known for the organization as a whole is aggressive organization.
All gas.
Yeah,
No breaks,
no
baby.
breaks,
Yeah, and I mean, no breaks. Yeah, and I think it's exciting. I think it's exciting too as an owner to look back and say, what is Jesse going to bring from Narcos that we can apply to our structure and grow? Because
All
there
of
is
their
no
secrets.
Yeah, yeah. there is nothing set in stone as far as structure.
Right.
Yeah.
So
No, I get 100% what you're saying because a lot of times when X comes home from practicing with the gummies, I'll be like kind of subconsciously pick his brain like, "What'd you guys do today?"
Yeah.
Oh, that's how we thought earlier. Like, oh yeah, you did how many drills today? Like, you know, so I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, damn, that's you know.
And I did learn.
Same thing. It's
Yeah.
being competitive, really.
It's
like,
just, you know, passing on the knowledge without having no resentment. Like, oh, you know, I don't want to teach him how to do that. Like, you don't want to. I don't want. You know, I do. I want everybody to get good. You know, all players to get good.
Hey, man,
And sometimes you need that one-on-one with the player, which kind of helps it out. But
I think one of your biggest hurdles was Nick. And I
Nick-
think you guys had a good conversation in this last practice.
no, well, I'll
He
tell you.
came home and said, big kudos to you.
I'll forget that. I'll tell you guys this. Everybody, all the young players, were all like that. Like there's been times when I didn't like my coaches. You know, like I get upset at my coach. But then once I get home, I'm like, you know what? He doesn't want nothing. He's not telling me to do nothing bad. He just wants me to play better. You know, he's trying to help me out. So then I get over it right away. You know.
we were just talking about that outside. Like,
Just so you
certain
know,
people, they'll tell you shit. Maybe you don't want to hear it, but you have to sit back and like, well, shit, he's telling me right. I may just don't want to hear it right now.
Yeah.
I
Right.
want to do wrong.
that's why Dad can't coach kids, right?
Right.
We cannot coach our kids. We could say the same exact freaking thing that any other coach says, but because we're dads,
They ain't
we're
listening.
wrong.
Yeah.
I can
We're
rather
wrong.
be playing a game of speedball with X, and can see him getting a 5-pack, and I'm still like, you did something wrong. You should have shot that motherfucker a couple more times.
Right in the back of the head.
I'm gonna find something he did wrong at that fucking point.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So
He does that.
But
That's
Just
how-
so you know-
that's how it
just
was
so you know,
for-
I mean,
Nick-
I'm the same way with the team too, though, right?
Yeah.
no, but
Nick hates his golf coach, his football coach, his
Golf
swing
coach.
Baseball
coach.
coach.
Oh, dude.
No. And
Dude,
it's
you
not
want
just-
to see somebody crush a ball?
No, but I can see the
right,
potential
all right.
of these guys. Sexy, like just like I see in Xavier. Oh man, this guy's getting good. I can see the potential in Daniel. Like I said last week.
X used to always tell me you're like his favorite narco. So you're always just, hey X, because I'll be fussing at him and just be like, no, don't worry about that. Listen to your dad, but listen, maybe try this way. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And you know what? I really don't like to cuss because once I start cussing, I
Really?
you know I
I
start
would have never guessed
you know
that.
I'll keep on going, or I don't like to get mad but sometimes you need to like tell the guys, get into their freaking head, you know, cuss, do whatever you got to do to make them listen.
Well,
you know?
sometimes it's not even about the cussing or the respect.
Or the yelling, you know,
that's just
the
the environment
intimidation.
you're in.
It's
all
just
these
adrenaline,
fucking
yeah.
testosterone
It's
going around.
adrenaline.
It's like
You
right
know what?
now, that's the only thing that you fucking understand. I can't come up to you and talk to you like, hey, bro,
Hey,
maybe some blah, blah, blah.
shoot down the wire right
can
here.
do that, and this is no bullshit. This is a mad, big props because I love this guy like fucking no other, and that's Kyle Spica.
I was gonna
This-
say Brandon Short.
Yeah, right.
Shorty-
Exactly same.
Shorty's same way. It's like
exact same
his-
thing,
You ever know the Shorty's
Oh.
move never fucking changes. It's
Yes.
dude.
And that's the
You
thing.
may see a little shift, like okay, Shorty's mad about something, but he's like, hey,
You're
Shorty,
absolutely right. Yeah, but man, when Spica came out and coached us, tell me I'm wrong. When he came out and coached us at the ASG one, the first ASG tournament or two, whatever.
It was one.
It was
not
he
this
coached
one, the
us.
one before.
So he came out and coached us because they had played that in I don't know how many other teams caught on. They had played that field in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So when I found out that, I was like, Kyle, can you come coach us? He's like, absolutely. I'll come out. He walked the field. He goes, okay, a little bit of change as far as the closer to the bunkers, but everything's the same. When he talked to the guys, this guy's mind, I swear to God, his playing skill is next level, as all pro players are. Okay, but his teaching skills, his field presence, and the way he looks at a field is some next level shit. I'm telling you, this guy is 10 moves. He's like a reincarnation of Lasoya at a younger age. Because this guy knows, he knows where you're going. And we went out there with 4 guns. His gun was down, so we actually had 3 players, and we still won the point.
Oh my God.
I mean, Spica, he's a different breed because he's. I don't care where they're going. This is where they're going. But this is their secondary. When they make this fill their secondary, this is when you put it on them, okay? And he was on point every time for that secondary move. And I was just like, how do you know that? And he goes, years of experience.
Just
Let me
without
ask you a question. How do you guys feel about hiring a coach for an event, but not actually practicing with the coach? Is it a little bit harder? Because like the learning curve is so quick. Like this.
I mean,
is what he expects, what he expects.
It's very different because we had camp first. And I mean, camp was there for a practice or two, then the tournament. Then he split. then we're back to our bad habits.
Yeah.
So that's why this year I told Frazier, hey, we need to get a coach. And it comes, I mean, for divisional players, it comes down to money. Money, 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 money.
Yes.
So I said, I know a guy. Let me ask him. I seriously doubt he's going to agree to this. But let me just ask. If you don't ask, you don't get. So that's when I approached Jesse just to see where it would go. When he texted me back, he said, yeah, I'll do it. So I said, hang on, I got to read this again. Read it again and let Frazier know, yeah, hey, as long as the vibe is right, he's coming out.
As I'm drooling out of my mouth, because mind you, one of the things again that I pitched into the team was, if they're going to play, then I need to contribute as well. I'll clean pods, I'll fill, like I said, at tournaments.
Right.
But the spica and the Kemp stuff that we did, the drills, I paid for out of my pocket. And by the grace of my wife, who didn't kick me to the curb, allowed me to spend it. So 20, just before Vegas, I think I was about 20 grand into the team.
And didn't ask us for one dime. Hey, can you help out? Not one dime did he ask us.
Every tournament was paid for. All their gear was paid for. Everything.
Wow.
And so, and I didn't mind it because I had it. Because I feel like I need to give back to the sport. The sport gave me so many years of my kids, my son Josh, and gave me so much family. I mean, like, I'll never forget you guys. You know, we'll be old and gray. I'll be 70 years old. I'll still remember you guys.
We're all brothers, right?
I'll see you guys at the paintball field. We'll be walking in little
wheelchairs.
The motorized carts. We'll be racing down the street.
Not me. I'll be fine.
Yeah. But it's you just don't forget the family, and I think that's, as owners or even players, we need to give back. And it's, if we're going to grow the sport to where I was blessed, because I experienced Huntington Beach, I experienced PSP, I experienced NPPL. We played all those, you know, to see the level of when Greenspan and those guys got cars, you know, the Spider Cup, you know, and all that.
Who won the cars? Who won the Hummers?
The Hummers? Who won the Hummers?
I had never seen that. I seen the ad, but I never seen the
I heard
Hummer.
about it. I don't know
They
nothing about it.
Downgraded them, right? I think, did they end up being Mustangs or something?
No, they were Hummers, dude.
Were they?
No, what are those Vipers?
Oh,
Vipers, I think.
shit.
I'll have to look that up. Look it up right now.
But yeah, what helped you, Sexy? What helped you, like, when somebody, what do you like? You like somebody yelling at you to help you play better, or?
I'm usually the one yelling.
Yeah, so you just.
No.
And you too, Ron. Like, when I taught you things, I know you probably like.
No, you were screaming at me.
I don't know. I've never had nobody really scream at me.
Nah.
If they are, maybe I don't take it.
You don't take it as screaming, huh?
Yeah, it's a little different.
Listen, my mind, like, I'm listening to this fool or I'm not.
Yeah,
You don't
exactly.
need me to go back and forth because I've got to figure out what I'm gonna do.
And that's good. It's good to pick up like if something works for you, pick it up. Like some
Perfect example, and this is crazy. I wanted to get into this. It was you. I want to say you, Art, Oz, and Music Man
Yes.
at the Pro Tour, and you guys were behind me. And you guys were behind me. And I remember I was getting so much fucking information. Oz is like, go left. And I think Art was like, oh, go straight. And you were like, go right. No, Sexy, fake right and go left. I'm like, oh my God. If you watch, you see me kept turning around. I'm like, well, y'all shut the fuck up. I'm out here dying. They give me hot water. I'm like, oh my God. But what made the event for me is when I bunkered Hamu. And HK posted it, Quickson posted it in slow motion. And the reaction from you guys was like, that's what made my fucking day. Especially Ron, I seen his big ass arm jump up, and I just seen like these motherfuckers, I won for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was like
It was like for support, like
it was a shot for big guys. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
that was
dope. It was good.
That was a giant step for big boys, man.
what
That was a giant step right
what I
there.
had to do was listen to all this information you guys gave me and do the exact opposite with
What works for you? You had to do it like you got bits and pieces, and like
Yeah, exactly.
and made it work for what you think.
like you may say, okay, Sexy, he's gonna go right. So I was like, go left or go right and beat him over there. So I'm like, okay, I know he's gonna go right. now what's gonna be my next move? Artie be like, go straight up to fucking center. So I'm like, all right.
And what ended up working for you? Which guy? It was,
I just shot him off break. Like, fuck, I'm just gonna stand right here.
He banged on
It was his HK locks.
what about
42 balls a second.
No, I played my CS2 I think.
Were you?
Yeah, CS2.
Hey, I will tell you.
That's my last time playing with the TFX.
Do you play with CS2 or you Lux?
Lux.
Lux?
Yeah.
So I would tell you, we play, a lot of our guys shoot CS2s. We have no gun sponsorship or support. So a lot of our sponsorships, and you know, I had this discussion with Greenspan. A lot of teams sit there and they go, oh, I have a sponsorship. Well, it's really not a sponsorship because the only guys that get shit for free are the pro teams, right?
Okay.
So,
Yeah, we will go with that.
yeah, right? Yeah, except for you. And so one of my pet peeves is a lot of these the divisional teams come in and say they'll go to Defy, Joseph, who's our contact at Defy, and they'll say, hey, I need paint. What can you do for me? Or even HK, I'm sure it happens all the time.
Yeah.
What can you know, as a divisional team, they walk in, hey, I need this. You need to hook me up. Well, it should be I come into HK or Defy or any other sponsor, and say, this is what I'm willing to do for you. As a manufacturer, this is what I'm going to give back to you. I'm going to do Instagram posts. I'm going to talk to you about you at the field. I'm always going to wear, the support staff. I'm always going to wear, the banners. I'm always going to, do whatever. I'm always going to talk to your stuff in a positive way. A lot of teams don't do that. And I mad shout out to all the pro players because I'll never be there, but I always wish I could. But I will tell you that I don't even see them giving back to the sponsors like they should.
Yeah, I hear you.
And so when people talk about the state of paintball, and you guys touched about it last night a little bit, is what can we do to get the sport back to where it was back in its heyday, where we're playing on Newport Beach?
Yeah, no.
That was tight.
I'm telling you.
On
That was
ESPN, yeah.
Well, you were like 12 years old,
No,
bro.
I got to play it. You know what? The last one I got to play was the HK Army Huntington Beach event, and that was epic, bro.
That was when we
That's
had
the tightest
so many.
thing.
When you roll into an MPPL, or how it should be an annex element,
MPPL.
and you have all those tractor trailers of stuff and and equipment and everything else. That's what these guys deserve.
Yeah.
I'm done playing. I'm probably never gonna play again unless it's for fun in the woods. But I will tell you, these guys deserve that, to experience that, because I had so much enjoyment going to Florida for World Cup
Right.
and playing at Disney World or playing at the Pirate Stadium, whatever, down there outside. The Buccaneers. Those were the days, man. And
Those were the days.
how do we get it there? We need to get back to the sponsors. A lot of people talk about, I need to bring people in. I need to do this. We need to do this. We need to get back to the sponsors. If you're sponsored by Push, or you're sponsored by HK, or you're sponsored by JT or Defy or whatever, you need to go back and give to that sponsor. I'm constantly talking to, and all the guys agree, we constantly talk to our sponsors. Hey, are you doing an event we're not playing where we can come out and help you? Set up the booth,
yeah.
set up, stuff like that. And I don't even know if it happens with HK, and maybe you guys could speak to that. Do you get the divisional teams coming out? What can we do for you?
No. No, a lot of times we'll get the professional teams coming in. The Heat comes in. Margot was there. Margot was there like a few weeks ago. They come out and they do things for HK.
Nice. Greenspan does a shit ton.
Greenspan comes. Yeah, he came out. I think it was like 4 or 5 months ago, and did some stuff with Markey and all them guys up there. But but everyone else, the only people that actually of divisional side that come out and do anything is the Narcos. For a minute, we had the shooters there, but the shooters dropped off, and then we had like a collision there for about 2 seconds. and then they dropped off. So, but the big support, the big backbone that's been there is the Narcos, and
kudos to them for doing it.
yeah. So it's,
Because
yeah, we're all over the place, dude. And it's so weird because like, as it sits right now, we are probably the most famous divisional team on this freaking planet because you got people ordering Big Sexy's jerseys from Puerto Rico,
absolutely.
jerseys from people in Chicago, people on the other side of the world. They're all ordering on
Got
Narcos.
stalkers in Chicago.
Yeah.
Paintball stalkers.
Well,
You know what's so funny is one of our biggest followers is Puerto Rico on our
Yeah.
Instagram. Those guys came over and played at Camp B before an event,
uh-huh.
and just a great bunch of guys. And ever since then, they followed us. They wanted to buy jerseys at Vegas, and we didn't have any. And I think they're just really good support people.
yeah.
And I don't know. I mean,
Just don't fuck with them in the grandstands.
I left. I watched that on video. I left after that. But
Narcos again. Like,
Yeah.
turn around like,
Oh yeah.
what's up?
Did they make a beam or something like that? That was
They
hilarious.
did make a beam out of that.
Yeah, the guy had a drink in his hand, right? And went around like this. As the guy's getting his.
Ricky Rescue. He went to the Navy, right?
You have to find
Yeah,
that meme, sexy. Put it on here one of these days.
But see, how do we get those teams back? How do we, if we're talking about promoting, and as an owner, I expect my guys to represent in a positive way. Not doing things when they're wearing the Blaze colors or they're representing Blaze, to really not do it in a fashion that is detrimental to our sponsors.
Right.
So, but if you look at where the sport needs to go, with all due respect to some of the new gear providers, I don't want to say any names. Love the guys, super great bunch of guys, but Todd Martinez has always been great to us.
Gotcha.
Los, great to us. So I'm not going to jump ship for the new flavor of the month. And again, all due respect, they're great gear providers, and everything else. We played UPL. I think our first D4 when we moved up on our own. We took second place.
Yeah, second place, first time.
We got an HK gift card. Now, I will tell you that we are rocking HK pods. So
Pods.
pods. That's about, and we do have one HK tank, but we donated the HK $250 gift card to the Brian's show, so he could give it to somebody who could wear it, because we can't wear HK because
I hear
we
you.
are respectful
I hear you.
of that.
I hear you.
And it's not that HK is not quality stuff. And as this guy, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you right now. He loves and he does, and it's good stuff. I'm not
I
gonna
love
lie.
all gear,
Yeah,
I like to test everything out.
But
Whatever
this
makes
is
you
where
better.
this is where, as an owner, you come back and say, listen, you gotta support your sponsors,
Right.
because they're supporting you, and like you guys support HK to the nth degree, and you support the Narcos organization. We need to do the same on our end. And I think there's a lot of wishy-washy people who don't do that.
Me and this guy had these deep conversations about this right here. About, what should we do? Can we do this? Do you think we should do this? And a lot of the decisions that he makes about what happens here, like it depends, because we have to make sure that tomorrow, Big Sexy's name ain't getting drugged through the fucking mud.
Again.
Yeah. I mean,
Can't
because
blame
it's
ASG?
already, yeah. Oh, ASG, dude, we're like criminals and drug dealers, man.
Okay, so I'm gonna go out on a limb. I don't want to be political, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Black, I love you, brother. You got railroaded on that one. He should not be banned from ASG. That's my opinion. I was there.
You know what I come to conclusion of?
I think
That
bygones should be
Wayne-
bygones.
Wayne is a Karen with power.
It's his field. With respect to him, it's his field, and I got to play by his rules. And I've never disrespected him, but I think
Yeah,
I saw a lot of the stuff.
My
that-
issue is I did nothing at this field. I was at my home.
Yeah, that was not cool. Yeah. You need to be able to separate it. And yeah,
Yeah, that was sad.
That's
legal is legal. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
I mean, I got and all my sponsors know I drink. I enjoy beer. I can't smoke because of my job. Love the smell of it. But I will tell you, there's guys on my team that smoke. It's legal. It is legal.
Yeah.
So how can you do anything against the team?
As long as you're not
We
smoking
have-
at the field.
Yeah.
You know, after the what we like to call the great banning, after that happened, we sat and we talked about this. Like okay, what happened? You know, from A to B, what happened? And we got opinions or I don't want to say opinions, but we got
Observations.
yeah,
Input.
inputs from here, from what we that's and that's the big reason why if that does happen, it happens away from these. So we understand that. Some people don't like to promote that. I get it. You know, because 10 years from now, my daughter's gonna be like, "Remember this?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I remember that."
I was there.
Yeah.
I lived it.
Yeah, I remember that. So, so I understand it. I understand where he's coming from. I understand where he's coming from.
Absolutely.
So, what do we do now? You know, and I'm not gonna stop drinking water. You know, but I also know what we are able to do. What we can put out. You know, out in the world. So, and you know, me and Sexy were talking about. We watched because he watches Joe Rogan.
Love that.
I love me some Joe Rogan. And if I remember correctly, the richest man in the world
Yep. Hit it.
smoked a giant blunt.
Yep.
With
And
Joe
arguably
Hit it.
probably the smartest.
Hit it.
Smartest man in the world.
And he still got a contract from NASA. You wish he did?
I know where.
I think it even goes deeper than that. I think it even goes back to us being not so much men, because I really want to promote women in this sport. I really miss
yeah.
the bees. You know, Andrea is the only, other than Carla Andrea, and some of the Little Legs, and some of the other East Coast women that play on the women's team. I really miss seeing a lot more women teams on the West Coast.
Yeah.
I think it's like, but for no disrespect to the women, but we need to be men and be able to say, you know what? Like Black said, he said, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. You know, I did all this. So aren't we as humans supposed to forgive and say, okay, let's bygones be bygones? I think there's a lot of field, maybe not a lot, but field owners, and I think tournament people, owners that run tournaments, that are taking things out on teams when it should be taken out on individuals. If you want to take something out.
Got you.
And I feel for
I
the
disagree.
teams. You think it should be a team thing?
Yeah.
How you feel?
Yeah, that's interesting. Because what if the team didn't know about certain things?
Oh.
Well-
I think I know where we're going with this.
No, hypothetical.
It depends on what it is.
Hypothetical. If I was drinking at ASG, which is not allowed, and the team didn't know about it because I was secretly having an alcohol problem, and Wayne banned the whole team because of me. Is that right? If I was the only one drinking?
Well, there's a twist
That
to
gray
it.
area.
No to your question. But if then your team came to defend you for it, then yes.
I mean,
Yeah, don't defend me ever.
You know what I'm saying, right?
I get you.
No, I hear you. Yeah.
If it's not like turn him loose, you like, no, he's behind us. Okay, well then fuck all of y'all.
I say whatever you do, at home. You
Stays at home.
Yeah. If you put it on social media,
That too, but
that's kind of like on you. But just be responsible on the field. Just don't. I agree with Wayne. Like, I don't like people drinking on the field sometimes. You know.
yeah, I don't. We
Because
just
some-
talked about this. We
Have you
Sometimes-
checked every one of the rest bottles?
I know.
Come on.
But see, this is the thing. Sometimes there's other people that come from different fields. See, there's a lot of players that come from SC Village or from Jung or from where they probably have a
the
drink.
owner's not there.
Yeah, the owner's not there. See,
Rules a little more flexible.
yes. So now you go to ASG, you start drinking, referee catches you, Wayne catches you. He doesn't like that. Somebody could get hit in the parking lot. Just, some little...
Oh no, he's absolutely right.
I 1,000%
He's
agree
at
with that.
1,000%. I agree with it.
Yeah.
It's Wayne's field, and
But-
I respect him, and I don't drink at the field. I'm just saying, I don't think my team should be punished for something I did. But if my team comes to back me up and say, "Oh well, that's wrong,"
Yeah.
I think it should be an individual thing, and whether it be there or, bonus ball on a guy in the head at jungle, or
Yes.
can't pee,
Shouts out to Fran.
yeah. Open up, please.
Right.
I think it happened today. Somebody
No,
told me
the
first.
15th. 15th. It got pushed back to the 15th.
Oh.
First?
15th.
Good thing I didn't make plans.
Yeah, right?
You guys playing
No,
tomorrow?
the 15th. Yeah, they posted it out. And then I submitted for our 6 month. They'll give you a 6 month entry pass if you submit it. So
Yeah, I remember Doug was telling me about. I had to go somewhere like during the week and get some type of pass or whatever.
Yeah, you got to go to the.
And then I
main
remember
base.
Ruben had got one at one point because he does construction, but he was doing construction on the base, so he had.
No, I don't think we're practicing tomorrow, right, Steve? No, we're not. We don't have like a practice tomorrow unless something came up. But we're saving up money because we're taking like a week off. But after this, we're gonna start scheduling our practices. Because the next event we're gonna play is the June 12th.
ASG.
ASG,
Yes.
no Dub C.
We didn't get in.
We're trying to get a W. We're just trying to build the squad up.
I think if these guys are spending the money, and like you said, if you guys are spending the money, we need to make it quality, not quantity.
Yes.
And I don't think, honestly, if we went to a Dub C today, that we would do as well as we want.
Exactly.
And I don't want to.
I don't think so. I think we do great. So I mean,
If everybody listens, communicates, shoots their guns, we'll get up there. But I want to make sure we win this. I want to.
I'm excited, nervous.
you shouldn't be.
It's Arizona, dude. It's going to be 110 degrees
I mean,
in the shade.
It's good for you. It's good for me.
Is it a battle zone?
yeah.
Have you been to battle zone? You better get there early to park.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
We went to the combine there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice field. Shout out to Rusty. Nice field. Parking sucks. It's about 10 spots inside the thing.
Well, we're carpooling, so we're not going to take too far.
And there's no place to get food to eat. So either bring
a lunch.
a lunch, or like I did, I bought the Blackstone.
Well, I don't know because it's supposed to be at two fields now. I'm understanding. So
There's 2 fields there.
No, like 2 different locations. Like the
Oh.
last event, they did combat and ambush. So I don't know. I don't know where I'll be at. I got kind of a Airbnb in between the 2 fields in Arizona. So whichever way I'll go, I'll be.
Don't stay on the east side. I made that mistake. I was at the front door as guys were trying to break in.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. No.
I'll be the one there breaking in the other house.
So yeah, I you guys, that conversation yesterday about growing the sport, I just I really feel like we need to get back to the sponsors, and then we really need to focus on
Let me ask you this. Let's get
repping
into
the
this.
sport.
I asked a question on social media about a couple months ago, and it ruffled some feathers. I'll ask you the question. Let me think if I can remember the question. What's the benefit of being a sponsored divisional team?
So I will preface my answer by saying define sponsor, because support where these sponsors give me a reasonably priced paint so that I can buy more paint so that I can practice, versus everything for free?
I guess that is a good question. Define sponsor, because a lot of teams define sponsorship as I buy your jerseys and I get a fucking banner.
Yep. Or I get 10% off.
Right.
That's a support sponsorship, and you owe that guy because that 10% is going to allow you to play more. So I will say for support sponsorships, a divisional team, I think it's important, and I think it's important because it needs to happen to enable the players to play more. These guys have families. You know, Jesse just bought a house. You know, mad props. He's in deep now. He's
Doing it for life, bro.
yeah,
At least 20
California,
years.
welcome. But he, you know, I can't expect him to come out every weekend and pay, you know, X amount of dollars for paint.
$35-$40 entrance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Plus
God.
paint.
That's
Plus
going
paint,
up everywhere.
I mean, we're coming from the high desert, so that's gas.
gas.
Going to, Camp Pendleton, that's
So-
not a walk in the park.
So I think
That's pretty
everything
far.
divisionally that people can do, and can support their divisional sponsors, whether it be a paintball, you know, store or whatever. We don't have a lot of paintball stores in Orange County. A lot of them closed, or a lot of them are. There's like one, I think one or two, right?
It's a gateway.
Yeah, it's a
Gateway down
Time
there.
to paintball. It's
time
kind
to
of on,
time
on,
to
on,
paintball.
on the border of Orange County.
Yeah. So I think we owe
love
it to
those
go
guys,
into
too.
those
Those are cool
those
guys.
stores to support them. But I think when you talk about sponsorship, I don't feel that a divisional team deserves it. I think it's too much too soon. I think they need to earn their stripes.
I mean, back to that topic where we say we see teams out there and they disappear. Why, for instance, Bunker King's one of our great sponsors. Why are they going to give you, say, 60% off when you're a D5 team? Come D4 time, oh, we lost players, we're done playing. They just lost out on that money.
Right.
Yes.
So it's kind of a waste, I think D2, D1, D3, start getting the better sponsors because, hey, these guys came from D5, they're in it for the long haul. Well, let's hook them up,
And seeing the way that I learned to get the sponsors, in order to start, like, not even a sponsor, just to get some kind of help, you gotta win an event. Like, some of these teams, oh, we're the squad, and they haven't won no event, and they want, like, us, we're sponsored. We want to be, like, sponsored 50% off. Like, you gotta win.
We want to come down to the warehouse and
Just have
Yeah.
ourselves on.
do like
Right.
he
You know what?
does.
And as an owner, Jesse doesn't get to see it.
They don't know
but-
what Sarge be upstairs doing.
but sponsors, whether it be a support sponsorship or anything, they don't necessarily. They would like you to win.
Yes.
They win because you're on the podium, but they also don't. They need more. They need more than just the win a UPL, because if anybody here can yell or remember who just won the UPL 5-man D4.
Last week?
Yeah, last week. Okay, my point exactly.
Yeah.
What the sponsor, and no disrespect to them, it's the win is a win, and you deserve it because you obviously put the time in.
Correct.
But it's the sponsorship exposure. So if you look at it, I think they.
It was wild cards. I know I'm a little late, but it was wild cards.
Yeah, I know. I knew who it was.
I don't
Don't
even
get
want
me
to. I don't
beat
even
up,
want to
man.
start. I don't even start with the wild card.
LA wild cards.
What do they shoot?
So-
What do they shoot?
So I think it's important to come back and say, not so much that they won the tournament, as it is who their support sponsorships was and what gear were they using.
Right.
Were they using Planet Eclipse? Again, we get nothing from Planet Eclipse, but I gotta be honest with you, it's one of the best markers out there on the market right now.
Not one
Most
of them.
reliable. It is. Yeah.
As an overall company, reliability?
God. I mean, you don't even
I
have
mean,
to
you could probably
move
put
it.
Tipman in there, but
You can
who's
throw
gonna
that.
shoot
Yeah,
that?
you can throw it off of.
Flatline.
I'll shoot it.
The flatline barrel.
I'll shoot it.
So when you look at that, and the push, the optics, when somebody goes to from another mast to the push, and you look at what we point out as the optics and how clear they are and the support, then they can understand why we rep them. or the Defy. I call up on a Friday or actually Wednesday. I'll say, hey Joseph, I need 30 cases for practice. With our new D5 squad, we've just added a complete brand new. I mean, when I tell you these guys just bought their stuff, you smell it. It's still got tags on it when they show up at the field. So when we pick up paint, he looks at the weather, he looks at humidity, where it's going to be, where you guys practicing. He asks me all those questions, and then when I roll up, he doesn't have the same paint from last week.
Right.
It's whatever is going to be working for that weekend. And Jessica can speak to it. It's been pretty solid. I mean,
the paint's good. I like it for laning. The mass, it's been pretty good.
Optics, So we need to give back and show them that the love.
Right.
Let me ask you guys a question. This is some personal from what you said. Do you guys like bright paintballs that you can actually trace, or would you prefer like the purple shell?
I like the purple. You can't see the lane.
Yes, I prefer.
What about for practice?
I don't care what I shoot practice. I'll shoot.
I was shooting those goddamn lemon heads last week.
Yeah.
The lemon heads?
Yeah. And like, oh fuck, my lane looks so pretty. And I just seen every ball hit the dude and just bounce off like.
Those orange ones were. I forgot what it was.
I like that yellow.
I don't know where the lemon heads came
I
from.
like them, but yeah.
One of our guys went down and I just took this fucking paint out of his pack. It might have been from, shot it straight as fuck. It just didn't break.
No, yeah, it didn't.
That's
break.
a summer blend.
It's
A little bit thicker shell.
Our paint, the Defy paint is pretty good. Good for lanes, right fills. I'm still.
The blue and white looks
Yeah,
dope as hell.
It's good paint. It's good paint. It's real fragile. It's good for laning. So I do see the difference now.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, I've been shooting it. I want
Now-
to shoot
now,
more of it.
The ASG, the last ASG tournament, the paint was solid. We don't get to shoot the
Oh
five.
man,
But that paint was probably by far the best HK paint we've had in a long time.
that was awesome paint for lanes. Also.
Yeah, that HK paint was very great.
And bright fills.
I've never had one. Think of
There-
how much HK paint I've shot, right? In the past 3 years. I can honestly say I maybe had 3 bad batches.
Yeah.
But it was bad weather too, so it could have been a lot of fucking factors.
Oh my God!
All this time.
I was taught to never complain about it. So like if it's
Oh no, if it's shit, I'm gonna complain, and Oz will be like, "I was paint like this shit's garbage." You're like,
Yeah,
all right.
I mean, we've left the
Bag it back up and bring it back to the shop.
Yeah.
So-
But I do get mad when I paid some money for some paint and it's not working that day. It is kind of like a turn off,
So wait, did you go to Vegas before COVID?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you?
Yes.
You did. You guys shot what?
HK.
Yeah, HK paint.
Did you shoot HK?
Yeah.
I thought it was GI, Proshire, and
No, HK was there.
was it?
Yeah.
So somehow we
My
got
first
hooked up
autograph signing.
So we got hooked up with. Not somehow. I did it. My bad. My mistake. So, having come back to paintball after all these years, this is our first NXL. So we go to the event, and I'll never forget. I'm like, what the? So the night before, this was Thursday night.
Thursday night. When you left
Thursday
the
night. We're at the field. We're checking out the fields and everything, and I'll never forget Sloviak walking by, got a case of GI.
Yeah, the 5-star.
Yeah, the 5-star.
The Proshire was shit there.
Oh my God!
That's what somebody told me. I don't know.
No, that's why we got hooked up.
Oh,
So
you got-
Slovak comes by with GI, and we're like, "Hey Nick, you like that paint?" He's like, "Dude, yeah, it's really good." He goes, "Try this." So he sets the box down. So me being the ADHD, whatever you want to call him, type person, the first thing I focus on, every bag has a Sharpie with a 3-digit number written on it. I was like, why is there different numbers on every bag? He goes, shoot the bags, shoot the whole bag, and then let me know what you think. So we're like, okay, we didn't have any markers, so we just saved it for the next day.
Yeah.
So we go pick up Proshire. We're diving in, shit's exploding in the the thing.
Oh, man, I hate
we had
that.
our snake players going in. She would chrono, empty her hopper, and then go and dive into the bunker because just a little just
Oh, man.
monkey snot everywhere. It was too brutal because remember how cold it was.
Yeah.
So by Saturday, after we realized what was going on, we switched to GI. And what I found out was the batches are numbered by a digit, by a code, a lot number.
Yeah, lot number.
The pros go and grab all the lot numbers and shoot it and pick what they want. And that's their lot, and they lock that lot in for themselves.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna say HK does it this way, but I know HK does. Heat has their skit.
Yeah?
Dynasty has their skit.
See? Why are we not told this?
So and so got their skit, and everybody else got their skit.
and then everybody else got shit.
But
You know?
there's been times where Heat's like, we want this fucking skit.
I was like, wow, welcome to the world of paintball. It's got that scientific. Not only that, you know, I mean, we shoot 689.
689, 685. Really?
Yeah,
Really,
I'm
what
more
more
than
do you
685.
need,
I
you know?
don't think I've changed it.
Yeah. My older son Josh, he comes with the stock CS2 689
Yeah,
and
same
never
here.
changes it.
Same here. Never change it.
Yeah,
Overshoot
he
it,
never
and-
breaks it. So you know, it's just weird the dynamics of.
Is that strange that I always run 685, but if I go to a tournament, I'm like trying to size it and shit. It's like,
But
I
why?
can
Why
just leave it like how it fucking
Yeah.
was. That's just me though. It's like it's tournament time. I shit got to be even
Oh.
that much more accurate.
It's because you wanted to shoot 88 in the back.
Was that what it was?
It's just too funny. It's
Yeah.
just
And
it's
that-
a whole different thing.
And that's just having the experience, you know, like from going to events. So whenever I go to an event, first thing I do is shoot a hopper and probably 2 pots. Just rope my gun. Make sure there's no issues with the paint. That way that could be solved right before the event. Or
All right, let's do this, Jesse. Give me your whole rundown. It's tournament tomorrow, right?
yes,
You got there. First thing you do.
okay. First
Give me
thing
a hug.
First step. Give you a hug.
Give me a hug.
No,
Okay.
first thing I would want everybody to be there as early as possible. You know, the earliest you could be there. If you could set
No,
up-
I mean you as a player. If you were a player.
oh, if I was a
Like,
player,
what's your routine? You know, like Art, he sits there and puts his fucking headphones on and just zone out. Different people do different shit.
Okay, no. Well, first of all, you gotta get to the field. Try to be there early. Hopefully, I like to. I'll have a good day when I get to the field and they're inflating the field up. That way you can walk the field, check it out. That's what I like to do at the events. Sometimes they don't let you do that. Sometimes the field is already up, but most of the time, you know, the field's up. You can walk, scope out the field. I like to walk the lanes, check out all the lanes, see what does this, what I can do, how I can block this shot. I can use the bunker to like block shots for me when I'm running down the field. If I insert somebody right here, I could use them as bait, you know, kind of like bait the guy in, and then we could jump this guy, double team him. So I get there, walk the field, meet up with the guys, make sure that we have our plans, our layouts.
All right, your first game is at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Oh,
What time do you get dressed?
okay. My first game is at 9
8:45.
o'clock. So I'll try to get there at 6. Get dressed right away. That's when you get dressed. Right.
You get dressed as soon as you get there?
Yeah. As soon as you get there, I get dressed. Cause it's paintball mode already. Like, I came to play paintball. I didn't come to hang out. It's time to play paintball. So I
Does
get
that
in,
put your gun together, everything, or just get dressed for now?
I get dressed. I know my gun's ready. Everything's ready in the morning. Just be ready to play. They might say, "Hey, we're ahead of schedule right now. You're gonna play right now." I've gone to events and they've told me that before. Like, "Hey, you're about to play right now." So be ready. Have everything ready. Then you walk the field. Make sure, check out all the lanes. Walk the field. Hopefully shoot my gun. Make sure it's shooting at the correct speed. Right under 300, because I do kind of want it to hurt a little bit, like 295 to 298. But make sure that I don't go over 300.
You want it to hurt?
Yeah, I do want it to hurt. Because some of these guys don't get out, man. You know.
I hear you, dog.
You know, so that's what I make sure my gun's shooting good. Make sure everybody's watching games. We have the layouts. That's basically how I start my day. Just make sure I'm always ready. I do. Okay, so while I'm walking the field, I like to stretch, run a lap or two, just to get my heart, you know, going.
I think that's one of the things that we picked up after camp
Yes.
was stretching and getting your body ready. And I think he left out one thing. I call him the night before and tell him to change all his batteries.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Papa Frazier calls them. I'm like tweeting. Change all your batteries. I don't care if you changed them last week. Change all of them.
Yeah, and I expect everybody. That's one thing that does bother me. Like, if my gun, I expect everybody's gun to be on point. I don't want to like, oh, spider during the field or this and that. So far, the guys they've been doing great. No gun issues, nothing.
CS2.
For those who don't know, spider means your gun is down.
Yes, but that's basically what I do. Get to the
We call
field,
it bitch.
get dressed up.
Bitch.
We call it Lux. We just call it Lux.
Get dressed up, warm up a little bit, walk the field, just some basic stuff. I believe almost all of us do that. But I do get in that paintball mentality mode. I'm not there to talk about. I know some guys talk about stocks. I'm not there to talk about cars. I'm not
How
talking
drunk
about.
they got last night.
Yeah, I'm not there to talk about that. I'm there to talk about paintball.
all business.
Yeah.
All business.
You know what? I can
Stocks is the
attest to
thing
it.
now. Ronnie's into that shit. And I'm like, shut up.
They were talking about it before you even got on.
I do
Yeah, I
like
heard
that.
Sorry, man.
I
Wall Street bets.
I will attest to
Sorry, I am
Jesse's.
sorry, man.
I will attest to Jesse's the methodicalness because coming from before when we played and coming to this time where we're in it to win it and we're serious about paintball. When he came to the field, the first thing I noticed was we went over the plays. So every guy has a Blaze book, and and I appreciate you saying one of the most organized teams because I kind of picked up from the pro teams on some of the stuff they do, and Kemp was very, very polite in saying that when he came to do the drills with us for at Camp P for the day, we did 8 hours with him, and I have binders, so I have all the plays printed up for the guys. I have the schedule. Well, COVID screwed that up, but I have the new schedule for their binders.
Mm-hmm.
I have the call outs for the binders, which we're in the midst of changing. So every person has a team binder.
We had a book, but somebody lost it.
Just one.
That was me. I posted it on the internet. So when he came to the field, his first thing that he did was he got everybody around and said, "Okay, this is our game plan. Let's look at the field." Because as much as you want to say the field's going to be the same because of the grids, it's never the same. You might get that 3 or 6 inches off, where you now have a shot on that snake corner, and you can put that guy in, or a nice bounce
I hate
shot
when
in
I
the
go
Dorito.
to a route going one way, and then go the same route the other way, and like, what the fuck did that come from?
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't remember that, bunker. Yeah. So I mean, he's very disciplined in when it comes to that, and I think that as a divisional team, until you get that the pro knowledge to where you're expector, what you're doing, that you need that structure. And from an owner's perspective, I look at it and it's nice. You come to the field, you have a set regiment.
Right.
I know if their first game's at 9:00, and even if they're running forward, I'm not going to pod the paint until probably half an hour before that, 45 minutes. And then we pod all the paint as much as we can, 13 cases or whatever, get it ready to go. So these guys are not waiting on anything. And then we ran them through the guns. We made sure everybody had air. Everybody changed their batteries, and then he walked the field with the team. Everybody went out there, and then he went to the captain's meeting. So that regiment of getting to the field and getting in that structure and getting in that mode of the same stuff every time means you're not going to forget anything. You're not going to skip that step and
muscle
mess
memory.
up. Yeah, muscle memory. Just like your snap shooting drills. So they have a regiment that they go through, and I expect them to adhere to it. And it's just going to make them that much better when they get, go on the field. Yeah. I mean, I've seen your regiment too, Daniel. I mean, that you have a set thing you go through, Yeah, give me a hug, then you go on to play,
Yeah.
So,
What do you do, sexy?
Yeah,
We all know what I do.
what do you do to get ready?
Bean burrito.
Nice. Nice.
I'm not gonna lie. I drink a coffee almost every morning, but I stopped that habit. Or
Yeah.
yeah.
Treat your apple pie.
I like on a regular practice day or tournament day.
Tournament day.
Tournament day, I usually want to be or try to be the first person there, at least from my squad. I'm a firm believer in the more comfortable you are in the pits, the more comfortable you'll play. I hate fucking clutter and shit everywhere, and You know how you got guys, they come to fucking open their gear bag and their fucking gear bag's right in the path. There's already shit everywhere. So I'm like the organized guy. Hey, can you move your fucking bag or just put all the bags over here, whatever.
I'm like the complete opposite.
Yeah, this
of him.
motherfucker.
Are you just a mess?
I find peace and chaos.
Show up,
Wow.
Yeah.
show up
You
with
and
the gun
Jim
parts
Myers.
in his hand and shit.
Yeah, peace and chaos, dude. He gets pissed off at me.
Really?
Yeah, he gets pissed off at me like every time, dude.
So mad I left practice like I'm fucking going home. Well, we're supposed to meet at the shop in Temecula to go to Camp P. And I went to his fucking house first.
Yeah, I was still asleep.
Damn.
Then I went to the shop and, you know, me, it started festering. Like, you know, I'm fucking going home. I'm going out of my goddamn way to be here on time. And it's every goddamn week. But anyway.
Yeah, he gets pissed off at me. But I'm one of those ones. And he explained it to me. I didn't realize that that's what it was. Until he explained to me how I play. He said that I look like I'm always like, oh, what's going on over here? But it's when I'm finding that peace and chaos.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's weird. In that place, that's my world. And where his mindset is different.
I'm the exact opposite. I'm like, okay, I'm shooting here. Sexy, this guy's over here. All right, I know him. I know he's there. Don't worry about it. Let me finish this first. All right, then let me get him out. Ronnie's like, he's over here. I'll never get him. Oh, wait, but that guy's still there. And that guy's over there.
You see
like,
how he describes it? To me,
Relax.
completely peace.
See, and when
in
I
his
watch
head,
you
he's
play,
just
I
like
don't
me.
see that.
And
That is so weird.
And that's one of the reasons that I gotta videotape these guys. I
Yeah.
videotape them because look at, bro, this is how you look. Relax a little bit. Stay a little bit more focused, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the thing that helps.
I get too antsy in my bucket. I want to
Yeah.
go do
Dude,
somebody already.
This guy's, he's already got a 2-pack, and he's like, I want a 5-pack. You know, I'm like, there's already 2 other guys dead. You're only one left. He's like, just run. And he just,
Let me ask you this, Jesse. What's a no-go rule for you? Like for me, for example, a guy comes walking off the field, and we may have even won the point, but he was just like, yeah, fucking I got 3. I'm like, hold on, dog. You couldn't have got those 3 if everybody else wasn't doing their fucking job. Like, I hate that, like,
Okay.
me, I just won this fucking game.
No. What I don't like is.
Now, we've had instances where a guy came in clutch, he was like 3-on-1 and pulled it off, maybe. Like, okay, you did that.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Yeah, I don't mind, like, when I shot somebody, or like I'll shoot somebody and then they'll shoot somebody and they'll be like, oh, I got him out. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to waste my energy with him telling him, like, no, bro, I shot him out. Like, that's a waste of time to me. Like, oh, okay, good job. You know, I just.
No, I mean, but how do you feel about, like, if your players doing that? Like, do you be like, just chill out, or it hasn't happened?
No, I like the energy because I like the guys pumped up. What I don't like is when the guys are, like, putting negative energy towards each other. Like, you fucking suck, bro, or.
You
Like,
fucked up.
yeah, you fucked up. You fucking suck at this. Because then that guy's getting demoralized, all feeling all bummed out. And, you know, sometimes some of the guys need that. But, I think I don't like that energy during the tournament.
I would react better to it if somebody did it to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Just during the tournament, I don't like that energy because then I've seen, like, matches where there'll be 2 players or 3 players just having beef with each other, and that will ruin our tournament. You know what I'm saying? If those 2 guys are just...
wait, just to clarify, not on Blaze.
No, just on other
Just in
teams.
paintball gym. And
Yeah, I was going to say, I just want to clarify.
Because look at when you have all 5 guys connecting, all guys, everybody in the squad. Hey, bro, I'm watching over you. You're watching over me. If this guy runs you down, I'm gonna make sure like I put him to the floor.
It's crazy you say that because I just recently, like in the past, I don't know, a month or so, when he's like, you've been playing a lot more, because I'm like, I don't say I don't take it as serious. I want to go have fun.
Yes.
And then my focus, like, I gotta fucking win, and I gotta get these guys in shape, and I gotta teach this motherfucker how to do this, and I gotta teach him how to do this. And then it's like, I wasn't even fun. It's like, it's more stress than
It's getting stressful, right?
So then I was just like, I gotta have more fun. Then I had to start looking at myself, like, what the fuck are you doing wrong?
Yes.
Like, I'm mad at everybody else because they can't do it, and what the fuck are you doing?
And you know what?
It switched, and like, let me get myself together first. And I had to look at it. One day I'm sitting there, and I got shot out stupid. And as I'm walking off, I'm telling myself,
I'm worried
it
about.
wasn't necessarily Ron, but just saying in general. I'll use an example. It wasn't you. I'm like, look at this motherfucker.
It was him. It was Ron.
No, as I'm walking off, right?
I know, right?
As I'm walking, oh, well, let's say, as I'm walking off, I'm looking at my teammates and like, watch this motherfucker get shot out stupid.
Yeah.
I'm mad at him for getting shot out after I'm already fucking shot. Like,
Yeah.
I had to check myself, like, dog,
You know what? I think we're
fix
very,
your own shit.
We're very blessed in the fact that I don't think we do a lot of that.
No.
I mean, the only time is when I play with my little brother-in-law when I'm playing on the D5
Oh,
squad.
my God.
Bro.
Oh
Father
my
and son
God.
instincts right there.
No. That's good. I don't know. Like, you got to build chemistry with the guys. You know, you see who you bond with. But like, how can I say? I like how the guys progress. Okay, so this guy's learning, and it's repetition. You gotta teach this to these guys because they have a different way of learning it. You know.
How's Blaze's chemistry as a whole? Like, do a lot of
And now.
how many people are in Blaze? Let's throw with that.
So let me see.
The
It's-
D4
Or just
team.
around like 20, 15,
We have 7
No, I think we have
plus.
10.
65? 65?
65, damn.
I was like,
saying.
"Oh, we lied on the podcast
I started
now?"
comparing to Narcos.
Nah, there's that's why I said
Let's
like
say about 10 to 15.
Well, there's 7 or 8 on
Okay.
the D4 and
All right,
then
let's go
another
with let's go
14
with 8
so
D4.
far. Yeah.
How many of those people hang out with each other outside of paintball? Are like they're that close, or it's kind of like only in paintball we come together?
see that's another thing that helps progress the player as well because I could be watching videos with me and Daniel. We could be at the house, at his house, my house, or somewhere. We're like, oh shit, look at that move, Daniel. You could do that move. Just get in the bunker. And the more I tell him, the more he's gonna be like, oh yeah, I could do that, and he's gonna think about it more in the field. Because you know, once the buzzer hits, you're thinking about a ton of things. Is this guy over there? Is there a snake one already? You're like,
Did I get that motherfucker?
Yeah.
Are you gonna get up?
I think the chemistry because we're rebuilt. Basically, we rebuilt the foundation of the team,
Right.
and I think they haven't experienced yet. We try to do barbecues at my house. We had bunkers.
I
at
think
the
you
time.
invited me to a barbecue before.
Yeah,
One day at
I
practice.
didn't want to go.
Yeah.
I didn't want to
I
go.
probably had something to do.
But we have bunkers, and we try to do snap shooting drills, make it productive, and really gel outside of the team. But I think
Yeah, we do the same thing. Narcos does that too. We just have a shootout in Paintball Gateway.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. Or in the HK warehouse.
Oh, that's
yeah.
No, but-
yeah.
okay, so yeah,
But we live far away, so
Right.
it's like those two live close together. We have another guy that lives in Arcadia. We have one guy that lives in Moreno Valley. We have another guy that lives down
San Diego.
way down, like Fallbrook,
Yeah.
San Diego, like way past Camp P. He's like
No,
40
Fallbrook's
minutes.
right-
Farbrook's before
Fallbrook's
Camp P.
before Ken. That's like
No,
right
so
there.
what's further than Camp P? Where's
Escondido?
Charles lives down. He's like 30 minutes from Camp P.
Okay, he's down there then.
Yeah.
He's down there with Augie. And,
Yeah. So and then I live in Orange County. So it's really tough to ask these guys to give up another weekend and do it. But what we try to do is when we get done with practice, kind of hang out and just debrief and just chill. You know.
Right.
yeah.
Because
I
our
can
weekends
honestly
are.
say that's right now my team, Narco Silver, is the closest that I've ever been
with the squad.
with the squad, particular team.
Yeah, we're all like right
we
here.
all kind of get along.
That's tight, and that's one thing that you need in a team. Like
Right. Like our chemistry is so good. It's almost to the point now where like our chemistry is so good. Even if I don't win, it's like, okay, well, I fucking had fun today.
he's your brother, right?
Yeah, because before when the chemistry wasn't right, you're like, this dumb motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Jake
we-
doesn't play with you anymore.
We kind of had to.
Oh, Jake
No,
is
but-
cool. He's-
I'm messing with you.
But
You guys making millions
Yeah,
of dollars now.
hey, sexy. We did strong arm James.
But to answer
Jake
your
Oh, yeah.
to answer your question,
They
Sexy,
strong arm Jesse.
You showed them Jake from them. They took Jesse, then I took Jake's old lady from him.
Oh, this.
Whoa!
And then somebody else took her from me.
yeah, no, but
And, well, you know the rest.
we are building the chemistry. You know, I'm
Just
getting,
kidding, everybody. I've had no relations with this lady at all.
I did not. Have.
We're building the chemistry. You know, I'm gelling with Daniel. I like Josh. I like the way he plays. He's a tall guy. I like Nick. There's some Russell, Tom, Charles. I like all my guys. It's just they do need to be sharpened up because I do get mad. Like they get shot out like dumb. Like fuck. Like bro, you're better than that. You can play better. I need you to be more like play tighter or shoot your gun more. Focus on pushing up. Control your zone more. But we're building that. You do, Sexy. You do have to build that by playing with them. You can't just be like, oh, do this, do that. You have to actually like
Help yourself.
be behind the player.
I forgot.
You know?
Yeah.
Bearing gifts.
Can't come
Yeah, that's one thing
empty-handed.
we argued about, and we kind of had an agreement on. Like, you're one of the older elders, man.
Yeah.
We have to lead by example. Like, we can't
Yes.
expect them to be on time. We fucking late.
Yes, exactly. You do have to lead by example. I'm totally 100 with that as well.
And we're not us, but most of them, like, some kind of way they're related, like cousins, brothers, whatever. I don't know if it's real or these families know each other. So that's another cool part.
that's kind of that helps the team, right? So I'm not related with these guys, but I want to get them to do that, to be like to watch over each other. Like, don't let me get bunkered. You know, I'm not gonna let you get bunkered. If we're playing on the field, I'm not gonna let you get bunkered. I'm gonna make sure that the guy that comes bunkers you, I'll make sure he never does that again. You know,
You'll protect a friend before
Yeah.
you protect some motherfucker that's just here.
for reals. You know. And,
Yeah, and I think as we start to grow and that synergy becomes more prevalent, and everybody really starts to feel everybody out, because again with the new players, I think it's going to be a good thing, and we'll have that. I think it's just really nice that we have the ability to take the time to grow it, because like I said, I don't want quantity of playing tournaments versus quality. When I
Right.
go to the Dub C, I want a podium.
I say the same thing. For me, it's not even about podium anymore. It's like, I just want to compete.
Yeah,
I hate to get to the fucking tournament and we beat ourselves. Like, stupid shit. Like, batteries. Like, just, oh my God.
God, did you
Yes.
see? Did you see from the NXL today?
No, I don't even watch NXL.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad I didn't spend money to go to NXL.
What happened?
There was a lot of local teams that spent a lot of money to go to NXL, and yeah,
what happened?
they got squashed. They got squashed bad, like one win.
Did
and-
Heat make Sunday? I heard they were doing bad.
I want to say
I don't even
Dynasty
follow
barely
it.
made it by points.
Dynasty had a rough road on Friday, the prelims.
I
They went
seen
0-2.
the game today. That's the only match I seen with Dynasty.
Big shout out to Grayson. We love you, buddy.
Dynasty and shit. It was Dynasty play today.
I just think if you're
I
going to
know
spend that
Dynasty
money,
and Aftermath were in the same set, but they didn't play each other.
Aftermath. Okay, so I had an
That's when
interesting.
Aftermath played Revo, but I don't remember who Dynasty.
I had an
played.
interesting conversation with some guys on a chat. We were watching another podcast, and we were having a side conversation, and the question was, is Aftermath going to be? What do you think is going to happen with Aftermath?
Are they going to
and-
be contenders?
Yeah, and I said, you know what? I don't know that they're going to be, first place finishers off the bat, but I guarantee you, Hinman's going to make them winners. And when you listen to Hinman talk, and I've tried to take one of the things that I learned early on from my early days of running a team was, you take the best from owners. You try to listen to what they have to say, and you take the best from each of them and try and make your own operation.
Right.
So when you listen to the Hinmans and you listen to Todd Martinez, not as an owner but as a coach, talk about some of the things that they're going through, and big shout out to Hinman, because when the guy talks about how he's going to run his organization, it literally is, he's going to do it. The guy has motivation to make that team where it was before he left.
Right.
And when you watch them play this weekend, that was a different vibe on that team. They came out, they were no F's given right off the bat. And shout out to him, because when you talk to him at the field, he's frank. You walk up to him and you're like, You're like, hey, I heard a kid come up to him. This goes back to sponsorship. Hey, a kid comes up to him. Hey, what can I do to be sponsored by you? And he goes, what division are you? He goes, I'm a D5 team. We're just starting out. He goes, best bet is to go with the local store because I can't help you.
Okay.
You know, I can't do that. So he's really frank about what he does, and he's really honest about his mode. And his mode was, I'm going to make this team even if I have to rebuild it. And I thought that was really unique. He said because he was on Matty's show, Matty Marshall, and he was like, they were talking about it. He's like, if I don't get my pro spot, I'll rebuild it. And he's like, you know, I don't care. I'm going to do it again.
Right.
You know, and as an owner, maybe that's something we should do. We should take a little bit of that thicker skin and say, you know what, if it doesn't work, I'll rebuild it. If it doesn't work.
Yeah, a lot of times when teams go down, it takes something like that. You have to mix up the pot, you know, to make it so it works again. And on the divisional side, it happens a lot more often than people believe. You know, like your old line, Jesse, people would come in.
Yes.
All the time, you know, and it's frustrating because like then you have to kind of mesh this person into what you and your core team have been doing, or your core people. So with, for instance, me and Sexy, and now Caesar's the co-captain. We kind of want to keep the same people together. If you don't keep the same people together, then something is off. For instance, we had to release an individual.
No.
How do you get to that point on a team, though, when it's time to tell this player you have to go?
Well,
part of the problem is he never shows up.
Okay.
No cause, no shows.
That was a big. That
That
was a
the
big.
biggest one.
That was
I think I stopped telling the guy when we were having practice, and he kind of got the message. Didn't he?
But it takes a
Well,
round.
he announced to the world on the internet, so I'll figure out how to announce to the world. I'm good with yin and yang, like equal energy. If you just kept it low key when you came, I'd have kept it low key when you left.
So just so you know, this is Ambassador Sexy right now. It's Ambassador Sexy. So he represents our team on a different level. I'm the captain, and Caesar is our co-captain.
But I'm in charge.
This motherfucker. So, but
well, because my rank outside of our team is higher.
you got
You know how it is.
you got
the
a
hierarchy.
ambassadorship.
Yeah.
He knows people. He knows people.
Yeah. You got
I'm
ends.
closer to the top. That's all.
But to keep your core team together is so very important and so key, because it's at the point. So when he was screaming at me the other day, and I know I'm in a certain position where I can't let this motherfucker in front of me know where I am. So I just look, and he screams some shit at me. He's at here, and I just do this, and we already know. All right, all right. I gotta go. I'm here, and and it's at the point where
I'm like, Ronnie, shoot this motherfucker. He already hit me. I already wiped twice. What you think?
But it's very imperative to have that. Then when you bring other people in, then they see how he meshes with me. Then they see how he meshes with Anthony.
Yes.
Yeah, he meshes with Dante. I mesh with TJ. So they see how that is, and they conform to how we are.
Okay.
So it's absolutely imperative. I was getting that beat in my head for 3 years. This is how you do this. This is how you do this. Communication. This is how you do this. This is how you do this. And I didn't even figure it out until this year. I'm like, oh, this is what they're talking
This
about.
is what they want us to do. This is what they
There's
want.
pro
two-man
players that
game.
don't even get it.
Yeah. It's because you learned it in a different manner. It's like you learned it through what you said, through keeping the same people, and see somebody like me. I could mesh off this guy. Oh, this guy's a fast player, so I could already be like, oh, I know how to play off of him,
Yeah.
and that's by building that chemistry with. That's why you want to keep the same people.
Right.
But as you progress your game, you'll know how this person plays. Oh, this guy's pushing, so I need to do this. That's a skill you
Right.
develop.
Did you see the video? The video
Kind of like
tape
you
of
know
the
Oz
ASG?
is gonna go where he's gonna do.
Yeah.
He's gonna go up the fucking center. He's gonna say I'm gonna stay here, but he's really not.
Yeah.
Like he's fucking gone.
So you play off that, you know. So
Right.
that's a skill that you pick up, and that's a like you said. How long did it take you? 3 years.
3 freaking years, man.
And it's just a certain way that you learn that, and it's so now you gotta teach that. Imagine teaching that to somebody like it's.
They say nobody's dumb.
Especially if
they
they're
just learn
hard-headed,
to fuck.
dude.
Yeah, it's
Oh my gosh,
frustrating.
dude.
But
Right?
if you watch the ASG tournament that we just played, the points that you play, you actually are talking. I don't know if it's Daniel or Nick is your back, and you were in the snake, and you were actually talking. And when you listen to some of the BKI drills, they talk about it's one thing to scream. Everybody can scream.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really important to turn around, or as a back player say, if Jesse's in the snake too, Jesse, what do you need me to do? What do you need me to do for you to go to the next spot? And that communication of talking so that you have a conversation. When you hear Marcelo Margot at the combine telling these guys, have a conversation, discuss it. You know, what do you want? What do you want? Yes, you could be excited, but if you're screaming the same stuff over, gee, you know, Dorito 2 is hot, Dorito, whatever, you know, the call is. Instead of saying, Jesse, what do you need to go next? Jesse may say, I want you to put my tape in. And when you hear that in the ASG, you went right up the field and we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's just meshing with the players. Like,
That's experience.
yeah, that's experience, but meshing with the players as well. Like, so I know Ron says, "Hey, there's a guy in the center X." I'm like, "Well, are you gonna go do him? If you're not gonna go do him, shit, I'm gonna go do him." You know, like if I see that Ron's not gonna do it, like I gotta catch that and go do it for him. You know, it's just. Maybe that it's not that he wants to go do it, it's that he has a shot on somebody else or he's putting somebody else, and I just do it because I know it has to be done. So it's kind of like playing off each other and meshing with each other, but it is important to like come to practice,
I gotta
do
say
the drills.
this, just thinking about it. I like your colors and shit. I hate the fucking jersey with the pants. It looks like some fucking Evil Knievel shit.
Wait. So I'm going to show you.
Now we are talking about the Blaze.
I got
the
the
new
eight-
Blaze pants.
You know what? The best pants and most durable pants
If you say HK, I'm punching you in the balls.
are my fucking HK pads.
Ah,
It's my two. It's my. I have two pair. They're like the most durables. I've had the JT. Like I like mixing my gear up.
The new ones.
I like mixing all my gear up. My
Where's
mask,
the fucking pants?
whatever
Same.
works better.
Oh,
No. They're joggers.
just go with black pants.
Yeah, they're
Trust
black
me.
with just down the side.
Nothing.
Let me see these.
Like
the
the-
hard
see
lines.
these,
They're the
uh,
hard lines.
I like that. I like the color.
Yeah.
Say-how.
it's gonna
Okay,
be a lot
okay,
better.
thank you. Yeah.
And then the joggers are just going to have the little bit of blue down the side, but all black.
Okay. Don't give
From
away
Raza.
too much secrets.
No.
Let them experience.
Yeah, this is this is
Okay, finish your story, Jesse. I'm sorry.
No, but those that
I was
Yeah.
looking at his shirt and like it's like the fucking
I like.
pants.
I like all my gear.
You don't like them either, huh?
I
The
love,
pants are good.
I love my gear. Shouts out to
I'm not saying
Weapons.
it's
I
not
love my
good quality.
gear.
I'm just the look. It's like
That's good.
Guys, this is my ride home.
that's some old daredevil.
I'll tell you this. I pick up.
They like they about to go to Vegas and jump some heavy bikes.
I pick my gear on durability.
It helps me stand on the field better.
All right, go.
No, I always pick my gear on durability. Sexy, you know how long is this shit's gonna last, or the warranty if it
I
has
like,
a
I
warranty.
like that. I like that uniform you
Oh,
got going
dude.
on there.
dude. I'm not gonna lie. I've never worn or had the guys wear HK, so I don't know about the warranty. I will tell you that I have problems with my HK tank. Fixed like that. I think I called and ended up talking to you one day.
Probably.
And I was like, hey, I have problems with my tank. We wanted this, and I bought it at Gateway. And you're like, yeah, it just needs a burst disc. And it was because I filled it up with Jungle, which has the dirtiest air.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God. So I was like,
That's another
but,
thing. Like,
but Raza, we had.
They're still around?
Absolutely, brother.
Raza, everything's in the U.S. now.
Oh, okay. I'm just making-
So yeah, damn, dude.
I didn't know if they were still around. You know.
Shout out to
Love
Raza.
The Raza paintball, yeah. Come on, man. And weapons and
Weapons, yeah.
It's the same. It's the same Todd. It's the same Todd.
Got you.
So in the Big Bone Brigade. So that's Big Losa stuff. So the pants, we had problems where we
I
were
was mad at
sliding
the
in
Big
it.
Bone Brigade for a while.
Huh?
I was mad at them.
Why?
Because they never reached out to me. I'm like, I'm the biggest thing in paintball. Yeah, ain't picked me up yet. What the fuck is going on?
You should reach out to him.
I don't do the reaching.
Well, yeah, I don't know how long his arms are. I'll have to ask him. But we were, the jungle was horrible for the turf and nails and everything, and so we would constantly sending stuff in to Raza because it was getting torn and stuff like that. Turnaround time was sick. I mean, weeks. And then this guy thought he lost a jersey. Actually, I had it. It was at my house. They picked
I
off.
was bugging him. Tore it.
I don't know
today.
how to find it. I'll have to
It's
find
been
it.
6 months. Where's my jersey?
Yeah.
In
Actually-
the closet the whole time.
It was in my closet the whole time. It got sent back to us, and then they send us Christmas gifts for supporting them. But then that goes back to you talk about again about HK and divisional teams. We give as a team, we give our sponsors gifts for Christmas. NXL, when we played NXL, we had cups made for each one of the sponsors with their names on it. Daniel did a design for Vegas with the chips and everything. It was really dope ass. And we gave them to them.
Well, divisional teams used to give Marky gifts, but they had to cut that out.
Yeah. Well,
It is.
I won't tell you about the tournament that.
Hold on, I don't want to get Ronnie in trouble. The statements made on this show is the, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's his shit.
Yeah, that's me. They ain't got nothing to do with him, Wayne, and
Anybody else?
Everyone.
Fort, and
Yes.
all those other guys.
Doesn't exist
Okay,
anymore.
go ahead. You may proceed.
The gifts. I mean, when we rep the tournament down south, and it was interesting because there were some high people that were very high at the time, and it was interesting to see people
From high places and high places.
high places that were even higher than that. It was interesting. Not gonna lie, and so it was interesting. But yeah, I mean, I think divisional teams need to give something back to the sponsors, even if it's just as
Other than shit and
Also-
grief.
Also
Yeah,
events, man. Well, the events have been kind of the
Scarce.
HK Pro Tour, the HK Pro Tour. They gave out 2,500.
I don't know. I didn't win it.
Somebody at Narcos won it, right?
Black
Yeah,
won it.
black.
Yeah, it's 2,500, right?
Yeah.
That's actually decent, right?
that's really good. I mean, if we get like we talked about earlier, if
The first one was an excellent event because they got to be on Go Sports. People got the exposure. That's a big thing now is exposure.
Yeah.
but can we get it back?
Of course, absolutely. I think with a lot of the exposure, you get these certain people that want to. I don't want to. They want to exploit certain teams, and they only do stuff exclusive. And then when you go online, you go on YouTube and stuff, and you only see them, and they don't look at everyone like, Blaze, or they don't look at this and look at so. And in those teams, they pay for these guys to be exclusive to just them, and it happens. It happens a lot. It happens. And there's matter of fact, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 main.
I've been on those expeditions before. Like, hey, you finna go here. These guys are gonna be practicing just film, but just film these guys. Fuck everybody else or whatever's going on.
Yeah. Okay. So they like pick and choose.
Yeah.
Kind of like. Yeah. That is kind of weak, and that's not just filming. It's the reffing. It's
Well,
just
a lot of that to do with sponsorship.
my friends.
We paying for this shit. We
Yeah,
only
fine.
want to see our fucking team.
Yeah, like they're friends. Like
It's surprisingly because I know all of these guys, and because I was one of them. That at the very first, before I was a narco, I was their cameraman. So I'm the one that was filming them, and I did all of that. And now now that it's hard to film yourself and play at the same time.
yeah.
So
Yeah, the big arm gets in the way, right?
yeah,
The big arm with the
right?
camera looking
Yeah,
back at
yes.
you.
Remember. So it was a they pick and choose who they want to put on there on the screen. So it's and they get paid for it. So they only gonna get what Joker say? Don't do anything. If you're good at something, don't do it for free. So yeah. So and they're not gonna do it for free. They're not gonna just sit there and give Sexy a whole 5 minutes. They're not gonna give Jesse a whole 5 minutes. They're gonna give me a whole 5 minutes. And they're paying for that shit. So and some of these guys, they come from like the Midwest, come out here to film like the UPC.
A fucking practice.
Yes.
Yeah. Or practice.
Isn't there a fee? There's a fee for that, right?
Wow.
To be able to get on the field and videotape, they have to pay a
Yeah.
fee.
Yeah, you have to have a media card.
credentials.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you better hope you get a bunch of teams, and then
Yeah.
I've had some sketchy
Let's just
sketchy
use GI Sports,
photographers,
for
man.
example. So, in the Florida event, GI's in Texas, they have to fly their guy out there, pay for their access, put him up in a place, feed him, so of course he's going to film all fucking GI teams or whatever the fuck's going on.
Yes.
And then we have to pay for our own film,
Right.
which
Hey, I mean, that's a there's. I mean, for the photographer or the videographer, it's their livelihood. So, let them do what they do. But I think there should be like more
Restriction?
Free media?
more exposure for everyone because ultimately,
Evenly.
I would think that the fields should do that.
right?
Have
interesting
like a live feed,
concept.
like a live feed, right?
Yeah.
Or
Think about if Wayne paid to have his tournament, almost like AFPL type deal. Like, I'm going to pay for my own shit to get out there.
Yes.
Why would the sponsor? Now, the sponsors can help. Hey, let's go have. Let's do whatever. It's kind of hard when the company trying to do it and then the field owners fighting him over
I agree with you.
step it away.
I think Wayne has an opportunity, and I get along with Wayne. He's never been rude or anything to me. It's his field. I play by his rules. But I think he has a chance to make that field comparable, if not a little bit better than SC Village was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he has the facilities, the size, the turf, the bunkers.
Especially the turf.
Yeah, especially the turf, right?
It's good.
It's
good
nice,
turf.
nice turf, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think he has the ability to make ASG where SC was. SC and Giovanni back in the day and what's his name?
Camp P before COVID.
Oh God, if Fran could open Camp P, Fran is one of the guy that gives the most. I mean, he really does. Those fields are immaculate. But I mean, that aside,
I think I
because
seen
the
him out there
base,
vacuuming it one day, like with regular
just
fucking
about,
Kirby vacuum cleaner.
just about. But to look at ASG and think that could be the next SC Village and the next stepping stone, and people coming to that field to play, I think if he really focuses on that and makes the players feel more invited there, then we will. But right now with one field, and it's his field, and we'll play by his rules with respect. But I think waiting 2 hours in between points is ridiculous on a busy day. I don't think it's realistic.
Why are the other teams over there?
Yeah, why is the
barbecuing and shit?
Yeah, why is the other team? Well, what was weird is
His team rather.
I don't even know what team it was, but they were practicing on the other field, the second field, and then when they got done, they came over and joined the split deck, and it just added more time to our field, and then we were only on one field. So we're willing to pay to play. SC Village is a no-go. Those guys, they've already been. I had a meeting with them because I wanted to supply a field to the upper field at SC Village.
Okay.
I had an opportunity to get a hyperball field, a brand new one. And when I met with the guy who took over SC Village, who's managing, I guess, his thing was tournament players don't make my money. It's rec players. And I get that. But we still need a place to practice. And so then that's where the friends come in. The friends come in, we'll pay whatever it costs to play at Friends' place because that place has 4 top-notch fields. Now, he just finished the other field. He enclosed it with nets and everything else because he cares about the tournament player. That is not a rec ball field.
Right.
You know, and then you look at ASG. ASG has really nice facilities, but we're restricted to one field. Camp P's closed. Jungle's rebuilding, and I spoke to Steve about that. You know, he's in the midst of rebuilding the fields and making them nice. But till then, you know, if a tournament comes up, ASG is most likely where all the teams are going to end up, the tournament fields. And again, to wait 2 to 3 hours because there's 30 teams there is unreasonable for the amount of money that we're paying to play there. And we don't mind paying it, but open up that second field or, you know, whatever. We offered the same deal to Wayne. We'll give you a field if you build it. And he said, no, there's no money to open a second field. So I don't understand.
The problem with that is, though, I feel like some fields will be like, well, if this team gives us the bunkers, they're going to feel entitled to like, hey, these are our bunkers. We're playing right now.
Trust me, dude. You don't got to worry about that.
The way I look at it is go to the field early, take advantage of the field. Sometimes we do get rushed out. But in order for us, as for the experienced teams, they're probably like used to it. Like I put myself on the list like 2 times, you know, that way I'm ready for the second round. But since we're growing right now, we need like a field to kind of like train at more, like do drills. So before we used to get that at ASG, we used to get but it's just got so much crowded. There's so much traffic there.
Well, yeah, and the teams are not ready. So like since Jesse's been out there, we're ready to go by 9 o'clock. Say the field's ready to open. We're on the field. There's no other team ready to go. So we're adding to the problem. We're not fixing the problem. You know, you were talking about, you know, people showing up to the field.
Yeah.
Show up ready to go when the field opens and turn around and get your stuff ready to go split deck. If you know you're running a split deck, you're going to have to turn around pretty quickly.
It's amazing because I think last practice we got there early and we kind of was the first team on there. And we were fucking almost out of paint by 12 o'clock. It's like, fuck, we just got out the way early.
Yeah,
We're too.
Yeah, that's why I like to
Oh,
go.
yeah, it's like you guys, we kind of left at the same time.
Yeah, we had to be there early, take advantage of the field because once it's like 9 or 10, these other teams are coming and it's not like before. It's not like before. Before
we're like the first team on the list, so like we got back on like 3 times before anybody else. We just kept playing the same team.
Yeah, I think we went through like 15 cases by 1:30. We were done, and we were grinding.
By
we were
2,
like,
by 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock when the field closed. I mean, but we were ready to go. But if we're gonna say something about the second field to Wayne and saying that we don't want to wait that long in between games, then we also need to make sure as teams we're not contributing to that by not being ready.
Right.
So many times I've heard him say, "Come on, let's go." You know, people are like, "I'm coming."
We should be ready,
dude. You knew 2 points ago that you were on the field in the next point.
Or especially if you got some new ref with the fucking list.
Oh,
when it's a new ref, it's
taking
always
advantage of scratching people off and shit,
moving people around.
Yeah.
I
loved it when motherfuckers tried to do that shit to me, dude.
Like I said, that's why
wait.
it comes back from the beginning. That's why I like to show up early, have my presence out there, make sure I know what's going on. If it's a new ref, this, that, put myself on the list 3 or 4 times just to make sure I don't get skipped or I don't have to wait. But that's the mentality that's one thing about paintball. You gotta have field awareness, you know? Come to the field, be ready.
I know when I'm not playing good, I usually I always tell them like my timing's off. My timing's off. It's not timing necessarily, it's my awareness is off.
Yes.
It's like I'm not picking up shit I usually pick up. Like what the fuck? I call it timing. Like I may move at a certain way or do a certain thing. Like it's just fucking off by.
Yeah. Like a smidgen of a second, and it's kind of.
And that, you know what? Sometimes when I play tournaments, and you got a long point in between, that does suck, you know, when you have that long point in between, because it cools you down. Like
that's our Achilles heel right now.
We'll like to like
long
have
points in between.
Yeah,
so we'll scope it. ASG term is a perfect example. We did not lose a point all day. Took a big break, come back, first point out of the gate.
Same thing.
Big stop.
That's the same thing.
Exodus.
Team, yeah.
They
Really?
did the same.
They went undefeated all day. They didn't lose a fucking point. And they had a bye the first round. It's like they came back. That team just finished fucking battling. Like went to the wire.
They're
And it
hot.
was just fucking over.
Yeah.
Like he like couldn't get going.
Gee, what happened to our undefeated?
Yeah.
That was. I wish you would have been repping that field
Yeah.
because that was some bullshit right there, straight up. If you I'm sorry, but you are not a pro player. You do not get to slow walk off the field. You are a divisional player. If you get shot out, get the F out.
Okay.
Don't stand on the sidelines, and we have it on video. Don't stand on the sidelines with the ref between out of bounds and the snake. And then our guy trying to do a run through, and you guys are standing there having a conversation.
That's not.
And we got a major because our guy yells, "Get the F out of the way." It's on video. Yeah, he shouldn't have said, "Get the F out of the way." He should have just mowed him down. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, we're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't.
Might as
But-
well just might as well.
Shit, what I do when they're stay on the field, I just shoot them up some more. Get them out the field, you know? I shoot them
I
up
like
some
it,
more.
Jesse. I like it. I like it.
That's the mentality we gotta have. Just make them get off the field, you know? Shoot them up.
Well, guys, that's like our time for tonight.
I was
Anybody
just
got
getting
on the-
started.
Oh well, shit. Go ahead.
No, I'm just messing with you.
But yeah, that's basically who we are. We're SoCal Blaze.
Go through these.
Steve,
go through your
Daniel,
shout-outs.
Jesse. We're just trying to move up. We do want to play the WCs. We want to play all the events if possible. But we're growing. We want to take small events first, making sure we're ready for the bigger events and just growing the sport. And like I said, I don't mind helping anybody out. Whoever I see on the field that needs help, I'll help them out.
You know who was looking for you? Fucking
IRS?
Probably.
fucking D. Asked about you.
Oh, I'm good off that. I'm good off D.
D's nuts.
I'm good off D. He knows where I'm at.
Oh, you know where you at?
No.
Yeah, he knows where I'm at.
Yeah, it ain't hard
No,
to get
you know, and as an owner, I'd like to give big props to the Big Sexy. I mean, we've had this conversation. I think we actually talked about doing podcasts way when COVID started.
there. What?
He's
Right?
trying to get you,
Yep.
bro.
He's trying to
Yeah,
get me,
he's
huh?
trying to get you.
And I just I appreciate what you're doing. And I think there needs to be more of this. There's more open conversation between
Yes.
players and teams and find out where our heads at. I will tell you that there's one nice thing about this sport is, as far as SoCal Blaze is concerned, we don't have anybody we don't like. You know, off the field.
Yeah.
On the field, we're gonna smash you.
We're a
We're gonna
different
do our
animal on the
attempt to
field.
smash you, and that's why we bring in the big guns, and now we're moving forward with that. But off the field, you know, it just seems like such a camaraderie and a family. You know, deep. Somebody gets hurt. You know, everybody's there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I love about that. I don't see that in soccer and football and everything else. You know.
Yeah.
And paintball, I do. You know, if something happened to you at the field, you know, everybody's like, "Hey, where's he at? Where's he at?" You know, everybody cares.
Yeah.
You know, or Big Sexy, you know, the podcast and giving back to the sport.
He's having another fucking tantrum this week.
Yeah, you know. So, you know, I appreciate you, and I appreciate the paintball group and society. You know, we are a small family, but I think we can honestly grow it, and that's what we should all work on.
I just promote the growth in every paintball player. I want all of us to get good, you know. Especially if you become a pro, like Xavier becomes a pro, you better not forget about me. Be like, Jesse, I remember you hooked me up.
Is it gonna be another Trujillo?
What about me being a pro? No, he'll be better than him.
Didn't you?
Oh snap!
Didn't you just?
Because I stay out the way. I let him do his thing.
No, sexy.
I'm like Suge Knight when you want the executive producer all up in the video,
Nah, I like.
all at the field.
I like when I see you playing, especially see you on
coaching
the
every
webcam.
team, refereeing every event. Come on over to Narcos.
Hey, so
We let you fuck up.
You need to do your podcast at the ASG events when there's no go.
I'm
That'd be
banned
tight.
from ASG.
That'll be tight. That would be tight.
Talk to Wayne. Let's do it.
Yeah.
By push, baby.
The big sexy.
But, yeah.
You know, I can probably set up a camera system there, so you can. But gotta talk to Wayne, because me and Wayne talked about this actually. So
Hey, I could probably donate some cameras.
Oh, you speaking
4K?
for me now?
Yes,
You
fool.
speak for me?
Well,
He's
I'm-
your agent. You do what he says.
He's the executive producer.
So big props, I mean, I tell you, we're just meeting a whole bunch of new people this
Let's do,
year.
I'm gonna go to your
Yeah.
camera.
Black.
Let you close us out. Whatever you got. There you go. Talk to those people.
Just big props to Push, to our sponsors, and to really everybody
Flag
who.
look kind of good right there in the corner. Huh?
What?
Like it match.
What?
The flag.
Oh, yeah.
I put the red lights on for them.
Nice.
That's my. I put the,
The
green
flame.
on for SQD.
Yeah, you got to change that when they get their new shoot. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be blue. So, oop, I just said it. So, big props to all the people that we met. It's mad love for all the other teams. Black, we got you, buddy.
Fake ass vegan.
Yeah, fake ass vegan. I'm
I
bringing
know.
a big fat steak.
How
better
can
eat-
you be a vegan and still eat ass?
You better eat a. You better eat a hamburger.
Oh my
Why
gosh.
his fucking leg fell off?
Danny, you got anything else?
Nah.
Change.
Just want to thank
He's trying to get some pussy.
Defy, Virtue, Bunker Kings, Push, all of our sponsors that support us because you really make it possible for us divisional players to play the game.
Yeah, I want to just thank everybody that's coached me.
All right, guys,
all
goodbye.
that just all my friends on the paintball field, everybody that's ever taken their time to help me. That's it. That's all.
Virtue, Bunker Kings,
Virtue, Bunker Kings, Push. What is it? Defy.
Raza, Defy. Big Sexy Paintball.
Big sexy paintball.
Big Sexy, the podcast.
Let's keep it going. Good content, open conversation.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, before hold on, sexy. Before you guys go, I'm doing a documentary on paintball in general, focused on Narcos. So, if you have any footy, first person. I need first person. Send it to me, or you can contact me or Big Sexy. Because one of the big pieces of this whole documentary is going to be here, in this studio. So make sure that you get that footage, and let's see if we can put that in this big this documentary.
Nice.
Wow. Cool. Music Man signing out.
Peace.
Can I go now?
Yeah, that's you.
You go.
Oh, Big Sexy with the run through. Oh, that was nasty. So it's hot right now. Ooh, Big Sexy gets the kill. He's gonna eat him up. That is going to take the score. So we're tying it up right now. There we go. 6-6.